Oh, hi, everyone. Hi, it's us from last week. You remember us four. That's who's here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've counted.
4 of us.
How are you all doing?
I'm present. I'm thriving. I'm surviving.
You ready for some more NASA TTRPG fun times?
I do have
Yeah.
my panda astronaut stress ball, so I'm ready. It's got a
Oh,
little jetpack.
that's cute. That's very sweet.
I just realized I was sitting here and I was like, it's relevant.
It's relevant. It's accurate. I've got the sparkly lights on my wall are being projected by a little mini astronaut that I won't lift up because it'll move the lights around and I'll potentially blind the camera.
Cute.
But yeah, he's cute. I bought it from TikTok shop. Woohoo! You do see RPGeeks merch, Kieran. I've put it on for no apparent reason. Even though it's in the anyway, it doesn't matter. Shall we dive straight in? I think let's go straight.
Yeah, we can do all our
into it.
plugs and names.
At
at
the
the
end.
end.
Yeah, I think so.
You remember us from last week.
You know who we are.
Yeah.
It's part
Otherwise,
2.
we're going to go on a tangent on how TikTok shop is just QVC.
Yes,
let's continue.
and also drop shipping is bad, and I can go on a big rant about that, but I will not. So, but I do like my astronaut. Anyway, last time we met 3 employees of the NASA Goddard Space Center: Dr. Claire Balding, Sasha O'Brien, and Tim Jacobs, the intern. Now, there appeared to be some uneasiness between the 3, but before much could be uncovered about what was going on between them, they were transported away to the fantastical land of Ixlaris and the city of Aldastron, in bodies not exactly like their own. They soon found themselves drawn into investigating a series of kidnappings surrounding a telescope from their world, despite none of them knowing what it was. And after following the clues and solving a series of puzzles and some sciencey bits, they found themselves on their way to Moxana, the ruins of the former capital of Ixlaris. So, Sasha, Claire, Tim, as you step out of the magical daylight of the city of Aldastron, you begin working your way through a pitch black forest. And in the distance, you can just make out the sound of an owl and other woodland creatures. You can make out 2 figures coming towards you.
Can I just add?
What else can we hear in there? Oh, sorry, while you're walking. There's more owls. Yeah, there's a lot of owls.
A pigeon.
A pigeon.
a British pigeon.
A British wood pigeon. Sorry, Dr. Claire Balding, do continue.
Can I just add that as we're walking, Dr. Claire Balding is sort of loudly announcing, like, "Follow me, everyone! Come on, keep up! Like, mind out for that patch of mud there! Like, watch out! There's a stick! Come on,
Dr. Claire, the forest is quite dark. Maybe just keep your voice down a little bit in case anything,
Well, if you would all
comes out.
stay close and listen up better, then I wouldn't have to keep telling you what to do. Watch out for the
That's
mud."
not the issue at all that I just said. But okay.
I think that all our problems will be resolved once we get out of here. That's the way I think about these
You are
things.
so smart, Tim. Listen to Tim, Sasha. If you listen to... why couldn't you be more like Tim?
Because I actually went to school. Anyway, let's not dwell on that.
Tim, what do you think about curling as a hobby?
At this point, 2 figures approach you. Ali, Simon, welcome back. Would you like to describe your characters? We're back! Yeah! Look, they're here.
Quiet, heathens! You see
Oh, boy.
before you
Oh boy.
a mighty silver-clad warrior, a huge dragonborn, armor covered in the most beautiful sigils and signs. He strides through the woodland. That is all.
You are looking most fantastic today, Evangelist, I must say, as from behind his shadow comes a small halfling little influencer. Very pristinely put together, clean fit, looks a little bit superficial. Like everything's just a little bit too clean to actually be out in the woods, but you kind of roll with it. Sort of looks up adoringly at Evangelist and is sort of imagining what the correct angle would be for the post about that particular quote. What could we put that quote over the top of? Make a note.
Gilstar. I see you playing with your quill for yet another post to be sent back to the great city where we're from. But enough, for I see in the distance travelers. Perhaps they may help us on our quest.
Perhaps they can tell us about that strange elf that we met along the way. The one that told us that we were wrong about going to Old Moxana. That she was quite hot, don't you think?
Such worldly pleasures of the flesh. Keep it away from me, Gilstar. You are a heathen boy.
Oh,
we
sorry.
Must keep our minds focused.
Tawny on Main. You've told me this many times, of course.
Yes, we must focus our minds. Come, let us call out to these travelers who seem somewhat oddly raimented. Perchance this could be those we seek.
They look exactly like people you would expect to see in your They look very weird. In fact, would you like, because for Ali and Simon's sake, would you all like to describe what you look like?
I am a medium-sized owl person in a black cloak.
Notes.
I am a
notes.
very large minotaur with many piercings.
I look sort of, if you could imagine, like this. Perhaps someone in vestments most rainbowy, with a lens that is continually fogged up due to anxiety, and many bandoliers containing things such as post-it notes and this world's equivalent thereof.
Dr. Claire Balding, people are asking in chat, what kind of owl?
Yeah, which owls? I will be taking suggestions. I want one with really good eyebrows. You know, some of them have really good eyebrows.
Oh, like the great, what are they? The great-eared ones?
Eagle.
Oh no, they're ears though. They're not eyebrows.
The horned
Yeah.
one. I like a little owl. I think they're cute.
I don't want to be cute. I wanna be
Tawny, go Tawny.
rowdy.
Go Tawny. Classic.
What about
Go Tawny on Main.
Tawny on Main. There we go. Okay, keep it moving, people.
Okay, Tawny. Right, yes.
So you see very normal looking adventurers walking towards you.
Yeah.
My eyes deceive me. You are but normal folk. Tell me, have you seen on your travels some abnormally raimented creatures?
Hi.
Hello.
Greetings.
Abnormally raimented, like clothes.
Possessing of raiment abnormal to these times and places.
Can't say.
I mean,
I have-
I don't know that I have a good sense of the fashion around here yet. Like,
We're
would
not
you know
from
if someone
here.
was dressed weird? I don't think I would know. Like, I think you're all dressed weird. Like, oh, I think I'm dressed weird. Like, I have feathers coming out of my skin. I think that's weird, you know?
at this
Yeah, I
moment?
don't really like these clothes.
I do have some merchandise, actually, now that you mention it, of our good friend Evangelist here. If you would perhaps like to take a look. I pull a bag out and I start pulling cloaks, shawls, t-shirts, tote bags, the whole thing. It's got Evangelist's face from different angles with inspirational quotes on. These things are piling up on the ground. I'm just bringing these out. Anything take your fancy. If you don't like your clothes, I do have these in multiple sizes. This season. It's only available for a couple more 10 days, and then it's all going to be gone.
How did you fit all that in your bag? That's quite
Influence
impressive.
A bag of holding.
Have you never seen a bag of holding before?
A bag of
Slightly-
what now?
A bag
Slightly
of
odd
holding
thing
what?
for a traveler such as yourself to say.
Well, we don't have these things where we're from.
No, listen, we are in fact kidnapping victims. This is slightly under dispute, but we have definitely been kidnapped. But the people who kidnapped us have themselves been kidnapped.
Like a kind of switcheroo situation.
Sounds like you need a hero.
This is a
Maybe-
most perplexing situation, Gilstar. Perhaps you could explain it to me one more time. I just didn't quite catch it. One more time.
Why am I explaining it? I've just heard it for the first time.
Okay. I think I can help here.
Listen to
for-
Tim.
Oh,
Listen to
no.
Tim. This is Tim. Listen to Tim.
Okay, so we work at NASA, and I have a friend called Clippy. He
No,
is...
no, we don't need to talk about Clippy.
Oh,
It's a metaphor,
okay.
Sasha. It's a metaphor.
Oh, okay. And so
Oh,
now
it's
we're
deep.
here, and then there was a knife in the ceiling, and we met a terrorist.
And pray tell, where is NASA? Where does NASA stake their banner?
The U.S.,
Hey.
United States of America.
History check.
Sure, Gilstar, make a history check.
Hang on. Roll. I don't like these digital dice. Oh, that's a 10.
You have never heard of this
Oh no, beg your
NASA.
pardon, sorry, 14. But I didn't apply the modifier. 14.
No idea still.
Hmm.
US could be Aldan and Sun. That's in the solar system that you're in, or used to be in.
We've been told, what were we told? That we can only get back there if we go through a portal, or we came through a portal, or they won't send us back until...
We came from
telescope.
Earth.
Yeah,
should tell them that.
they claim that this isn't even, we're not even on Earth anymore, but we can go back if we do something. If we find the people who kidnapped us. There we go.
Jumps up and down.
Please. A moment, please, with my squire. Gilstar, these people are most odd indeed.
Yes, we are clearly stood upon the compacted earth.
Yes, yeah, that. Yeah, quite. Yes, I knew I could count on you, Gilstar. All I'm asking is perhaps these could be the ones, normal though they appear to my eye, perhaps they are the odd ones that we were sent to find? I know not. I merely ask, looking for some feedback.
Right, okay, yes. I think you may be onto something here. Perhaps we need to ask them something that only what can we do? We need a shibboleth of some kind. What would somebody who's not from this earth say in response to the question? Oh, I know. Pray tell me, travellers, just as a quick question, if somebody in a local tavern were to drop a glass of mead and it were to shatter on the ground, how would you respond to that?
I would say, hey, nobody move. There's glass on the ground. Someone get a dustpan and brush before someone gets injured.
Perhaps, Dr. Valding, I might be able to...
Please.
I think based on what I've seen so far, if something fell to the ground, perhaps someone would say, "Well, look at you." Ah. Would that be roughly right?
One moment. Evangelist, they're clearly from these parts. That's deep cultural lore from this area.
I see. Yes, I trust you implicitly. Of course, I resheath my weapon. Come, friends, for friends well met are always well companioned. Come with us and join us on our quest to seek 3 odd people.
But I think you should join us on our far more important quest first.
Is one of these people a green elf? Because we've heard about a green elf.
We did meet a green elf. That's not one of the people we're looking for, but we did meet a green elf.
You did?
Yeah, told
Were
us that
they
Flirty?
Yes, bizarrely attractive. No, I think. Sorry,
But, like,
Evangelist.
just attractive or flirty? These are two different things.
They were
Oh,
both,
well.
Yeah.
and disgusting it was. But we did indeed meet such a creature.
Which way were they going?
Which way were they going? Difficult to say. They seem to swing both ways. But
Let's do a little flashback to Gilstar and Evangelist running into this green elf as they were making their way towards the ruins of Moxana. You were travelling along, and this figure appeared and went, "Oh, hello, boys."
greetings.
Hello.
We are Evangelist Brightspire and my squire, Gilstar.
Lovely
Can
to
you
meet you.
help us? We search for 3 odd people. And in fact, news of our employers, researchers from the great city. Do you have news of either of these?
Oh, they wouldn't be here. It's awful here. This is dark ruins. 2 strong boys like yourselves, you should be in the city.
Evangelist, I think we should be in the city. She does make an excellent point.
Yes, but we are adventuring sorts, Gilstar. Let us not be swayed by a mere momentary dalliance with someone on the path. We must think of our quest.
Did
Pray
you
tell me,
say
traveller.
Evangelist?
Evangelist Brightspire.
The Evangelist Brightspire?
The very same.
Oh my goodness, I have been following you for years. Your exploits are well known, and I can assure you, I wouldn't lie. There's nothing here for you. Turn back, save the people of Alderstrom. That's what they need you for.
Indeed, they do.
Technically, that means you've been following me. I've been managing his public relations for quite a while now.
Oh,
But,
that's
wonderful.
wonderful.
What's your handle?
Oh, I'm Isilius.
Silius.
At this point, Evangelist looks into the woods. Wait, I hear something. I will be back momentarily.
Goodbye, Evangelist. Well, so now we're alone, Gilstar. I have to say, the posts have been spectacular. You really do excellent work with what I must say is less than stellar material.
We have good days and bad days. You know,
All that stuff about, no relationships and things like that. It must be very difficult for someone as attractive as yourself.
Well, I try to separate my beliefs from my employers. I'm constantly writing apology posts for them, responding to people's missives with saying that he didn't technically mean that.
He's not here right now, or he's coming back. Okay, but you should leave. Go away.
I'll do the
Thank
buttons
you.
back up. How did they become undone?
Sorry, oops.
I'm back!
My hands
Dear
slipped.
God, Gilstar!
What?
I'm putting them away. Sorry, my buttons fell off.
I
It's
have
all right.
that
I set them
effect on
back
people.
You must get some new buttons. That is all too common an occurrence. Now, where are we headed?
I
the
believe
city-
you were heading back to Alderstrom
Yeah,
to
back
save
the
the
way we
city.
came.
Of course we were. Yes, you're very right. Come, Gilstar!
Goodbye. And we cut back to
I
here.
adore it. I adore that entirely.
We cut back to here and now.
They were heading away in the way that we weren't. We were going to the city. No, we weren't going to the city. We're going to the city now. Gosh, the whole thing has just really got my head turned around. It was quite an extraordinary meeting.
So you weren't going to the city, but then you were going to the city.
Yeah, suddenly
What
it seemed like a
changed?
very good idea to go to the city.
Tim can explain everything. He's very smart. Tim.
Mr. Gilstar, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you sweating, and why are your buttons coming undone?
Oh gosh, they happened again.
Okay. Tim seems to have been sidetracked by the button situation. I think the important thing to note is you look very competent, and we're not from here. And we've been told that it's very, very important that we go to Moxwana. Well, yeah.
Not Botswana.
And there we will find the kidnapped people, and they will give us a free telescope. Now, you could also benefit from this, because does not the enlightenment of science benefit all of personality?
I do have that hashtag gifted stamp that we could use on the post.
And
A free telescope. What's a telescope?
no, even better, Mr. Gilstar, that all the clothes that you have in your bag, there will be people there that you can sell them to.
Like,
So we should just go, and then on the way you can sell your wares, and we can, find our telescope. Telescope.
pray tell me, what exactly is a telescope?
Tim, do
Well,
explain how a space telescope works. You have intimate knowledge.
Okay, so when we're outside, we have a sky, and then you can put a telescope out there. And so when you see it from, how I have this lens on my face? Imagine it like really long, and then we can see backwards into the past thanks to it. And because of that, it allows us to understand more about the universe, and really we can get a better understanding of the further eons of time.
Oh,
Also,
Tim,
you can see the top of stuff.
Audience
Sasha,
insights.
See, he pitched it just the right level for the people he was talking to. He is very good.
Where
Very
did
good.
that come from?
I've been secretly writing everything on post-it notes. Why do you think I carry this around? The inside of Tim's like fine robes are just cheat sheet notes, just
The
rustle
post-it
rustle.
notes.
I will say you begin to make your way through the woods. This newfound party coming together, heading not back towards Alderstron, but towards the ruins of Moxana. As you go, anyone who thinks they might be on the lookout can make a survival check for me.
I will
Claiborne
do
is
so.
still shouting. Right, come on, this way then.
I was going to say no until you started shouting, and now that would definitely make me be on the lookout.
In case there's any debate, I am leading this party. And it's slow going. I'm wearing a lot of armor.
Okay.
As an intern who's always in the back and always, trying to hunt down the latest free food and see if I'm not going to be taken in to do more work, I roll a 16.
16, Gilstar.
19 plus 2.
Whoop, that's 21, isn't it, Simon? Very good.
I also rolled a 21.
Hey, okay. I will say, Tim, Sasha, and Gilstar, you all notice that the path you are on is a little bit muddy, and you notice there are some recent footprints that aren't Evangelus and Gilstar's going back the other way. You do see sort of some sets, but you match them up quite quickly to Gilstar and Evangelus. They appear to be 2 other sets of humanoid feet. And as you follow them along, you're sort of following them along. And Tim, you sort of get a bit distracted thinking about the shoes that they might be wearing and wondering what shoes are like in this world. But Sasha and Gilstar, you notice that at one point the sets of the footprints stop and just stop dead in the middle of a track. And what looks to be claw marks suddenly appear in the ground. And as you look up, the branches of the trees above you have no leaves on them.
Where? Hang on. Doctor, look at this. The footprints just stopped. Where
don't
did they
step
go?
in the mud. Come on, everyone. We need to keep focused on the mud, the sticks. I know what's
Dr.
important
Balding.
here.
And I will say the claw marks aren't sort of scrape claw marks, just to be clear. They look like footprints of claws that have maybe dug into the ground and taken off.
Yes, but that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Stupid.
What is it, Sasha? Do you have a pressing HR
The
issue that you wish
footprints
to
disappear.
discuss?
The footprints disappear, and then these footprints appear, and they look dangerous. I think there's some dangerous creature around.
Can I cast Detect Magic, please?
You can. You cast Detect Magic, and various things light up around you. There's nothing on the footprints. What's the radius of Detect Magic?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet. Everyone who has magical items on them, I will say, Dr. Claire Balding, I don't think you do. Sasha, I don't think you do.
No.
You would be used to what normally lights up on Evangelus. The sword has a slight sheen to it. The armor has a glow. And, various things Evangelus is carrying have the sheen. Tim Jacobs, as you look at him, his pockets just like it's just a bright. The way Detect Magic works for you is you sort of see this like shining aura around objects, and Tim Jacobs lights up like a Christmas tree.
Master Jacobs, what at the risk of posing you a riddle, what do you have in your pockets?
Pulls out just starts looking for things in his pockets to pull out, like a boss is currently asking him for things, and pulls out 10 stoppered liquids of various colors. These things.
Is that what was glowing?
That is what was glowing, yes.
Okay.
You also see there's sort of a general magical aura around him, as if maybe this is a kind of person who could truly tap into the energy of the vacuum and put it into other objects.
Interesting. You're a very most interesting traveller, Master Jacobs. Perhaps those liquids could come in useful. But hang on, I am getting myself distracted. There's nothing to do with the claw marks that has like a magical residue to it.
A slight residue. You can see where the footprints stop and the claw marks appear. There's almost a sprinkling of this aura that's sort of passing from the footprints to the claw marks, from one set of the footprints to the claw marks.
Interesting. It's almost as if somebody transformed themselves or was transformed into a beast. Very well. Just as well we've got you around, Evangelist. None of us need to fear. He's our man. Well, dragon. Actually, how would I refer to a dragonborn?
Yeah.
Are dragonborn on the job?
You can say man, or you could say dragonborn. You could say whatever Evangelist would want to be called, I expect.
We've got our hero on the job.
Evangelist, who seems to have lost his voice slightly.
Silence has been cast upon you once again.
Oh no!
Excuse me. I was some way off. I don't know why we've stopped here. We should be moving forward.
I think there's a creature of some sort about, and we should probably keep quiet.
Creature! Out comes the sword.
That's not quiet. You should really meet my friend Dr. Claire. I think you get on.
Dr. Claire? I turn round. Swinging the sword, obviously, in a fairly wide arc.
Your friend, eh, Sasha? Well, maybe once, not anymore. Sorry.
Well, that was a very overt statement.
Start writing down notes on this.
Just post-it notes. Start writing down the lore.
Hey, Tim, do you know what those potions do? Those little vials?
They are different colors, and that means they do different things. So the red one is different from the blue one, and the yellow one is different from the green one. But when you add the blue and yellow, it makes green, which is how things work in Minnesota. Ohio.
Oh,
sure.
have you studied in Minnesota as well, Tim?
Yes, they have very good cheese.
Oh, yes, Minnesota and Harvard and Italy and England.
He's very well traveled.
Yes.
So many places.
What a well-traveled person. I've never heard of any of these places before.
Oh, yes. Tim has an impressive resume.
They are all places that are very good, and they put them on little pamphlets when you're flying on planes.
As you reach the edge of the woods, you keep moving through. You hear no sign of any other creatures. Gilstar Evangelist, you would know, and sort of from the conversations you've had with Morgan and various people, the other three of you would sort of expect there not to be much other life outside of the cities of this world. There's no sunlight ever falls on these parts. All sunlight is magically generated in the cities. So it is dark. The trees are mostly bare, with sort of the odd sort of conifer that seems to have survived, but potentially is looking a little bit on its last legs, without any sunlight. And you reach the edge of the forest, and you can see ruins in the distance. You can see one tall structure that seems to have survived the destruction of this city, and sort of the time that's gone past since. And looking at the map that Morgan gave you, which is far more detailed than the one you actually received, it tells you that this tower was once the prison, now roughly half of its original height, poking out like a grave over rock and shale. Beyond the tower, you can see a partially ruined, massive building with shattered columns and large stairs leading to long, rotted doors. This was once the library, according to the map. And around those buildings are numerous other, mostly fallen structures, but those two sort of seem the most complete. They are scattered across a large radius, all this debris, seemingly mostly buried under a landslide. And the tower seems a little bit buried, but marks sort of the boundary of passable entry into the ruins.
I think this is what I want to do. I would like to use my divine sense.
Ooh. What does your divine sense do?
Oh, it's not very far, bugger.
I think it lasts for a little bit of time, though. So
Yes, I hope so.
Perhaps we need a telescope.
Everyone needs a telescope.
That would actually be very useful in this situation.
I find this talk of arcana and black magic very distasteful, Gilstar. I do not wish to speak of it outside of this.
I'll
Not to shut you down or anything. Your input is always valid. I appreciate it much. Something about these three is uneasy. Makes me uneasy. My divine sense. Right. Celestial fiend or undead?
Celestial fiend or undead.
Within 60 feet.
Within 60 feet. As you send it out, there are no celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet. But as you sort of call on the power of your god to guide you in this, you sort of feel a sense tugging you forward into the ruins, and you get a sense that what awaits you is in the tower.
Torm guides me. There is something in yonder tower. Come, friends. I feel this is our calling. I strike forth.
Eric did say that he'd been taken to the ruins here. It would make sense that he was in the largest, most defensible structure.
Yes, Eric, that's who we're looking for. That's one of the people we're looking for.
Eric, yeah.
Or as we sometimes know him, Eric.
Some of us have only seen it written down, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah.
He has many names.
And if there's a chance to survive him and not other people, he's our number one target.
No, Tim,
for living, not for killing.
For living, yes.
No, we're trying to rescue
must live.
everybody equally, please.
Everyone is equal, but some are more equal than others.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great minds, Tim. Hey, Tim, do you think that tower looks like it might be about the size of a school bus?
Wait, he casts, not cast. Can I do a check? Give me any check.
I mean, sure. Make a general intelligence check.
Is this an intelligence check to assess the tower, or
I'm assuming it's to answer your question. So
American school buses
24.
you have Tim Jacobs. You have never been more sure that this tower is far larger than a school bus.
I know the precise dimensions of a school bus.
You think no matter how big American school buses may be, and you're not that familiar with them, there is no way that this is the same size.
What do you think, Tim?
Bigger.
So it could hide a school bus-sized object inside it.
Theoretically, yes.
Excellent.
You head sort of towards the tower, and as you get there, you can see there's sort of some rocks and things that you can fairly easily climb over. You can't see a door, but there is a window that seems to have, where the slide has kind of covered the bottom doors. It looks like there's a window where you might be able to get inside.
Am I sensing anything?
Nothing's pinging on your divine sense, but you are feeling still that pull towards the tower.
Right, everyone, here's clearly where we're supposed to be. Let's all go and investigate this tower.
Should we maybe not, I don't know, try and be quiet in case there are people inside, like antagonistic people
victims
that have kidnapped? Exactly. We don't want them.
But then we'd want to talk to them and get the people back.
Yeah, but if we can get in there without them knowing we're here, then we might stand a better chance of getting the people back. If we advertise our presence, then they'll just shut all the doors.
I've always found it works best if you plainly state your case, make sure people know who you are, what you're about, make sure people notice you. That's usually how you get things like promotions. I admit it doesn't always work.
Yeah, well, it seems plainly stating the case doesn't ever work with people like you, does it?
What is that supposed to mean?
You don't ever read my emails, do you?
I make it a point not to.
How are you supposed to know anything?
I assume that if it's important, someone will yell it loudly. I yell important things loudly all the time.
Oh, I thought I was the one with vicious mockery.
You don't listen to the important things that I yell at you. Because I don't yell them because that would be impolite.
At this point, you hear from inside the tower the shifting of stone.
Ooh, that can't be good.
I think we were too loud.
Earthquake?
Yo, Star, is there any way you can sense what is inside this building before I kick down the doors?
Detect magic only lasts for 10 minutes, so that would have worn off.
Yeah, that has worn off now, I will say.
I like this bright spire.
Can I make a perception check to see if I...
You can absolutely make a perception check. Make a perception check.
I like you, Claire Balding.
Doctor Claire Balding, thank you.
Boat race coverage be like... hang on. Perception. That's a 19.
19. You're making a perception check. There is something moving inside the tower. It sounds strange. It sounds like it's come from very close to the wall. Almost like it was maybe in the wall and it's like it sounds like stone on stone scraping as it leaves.
Did you say you were looking for a creature of a certain size? Of a bus school, was it?
Oh no, not a creature. The telescope is the size of a school bus.
Okay, right. Well, something big and stony is inside the tower?
Could it be a stone golem?
Perhaps.
That sounds really scary.
I have fought such things before, but such magical creatures stand not in the way of I and you, Gilstar, and now us three as well. Should we investigate? I'm game.
Should I yell at them?
No,
Don't yell at them!
I think Mr. Brightspire should go and investigate very, very, very quickly, and maybe take Mr. Silvertongue too.
You notice the noise has stopped.
That's not good.
I need everyone to make a stealth check at this point.
Oh, I was about to do something.
Dr. Claire Balding, you can make it with disadvantage.
I was just gonna ask.
At what point do you get disadvantage on armor-related rolls?
If you're doing things very against your character, like Dr. Claire Balding currently.
I mean, like
sorry.
Do you get?
Oh, plate. It should say on your character sheet if you do. I believe you do have disadvantage.
Be 19 for me.
Okay.
13.
I got a 5.
Oh wait, no, I do have disadvantage. Oh no.
Straight 2.
11.
Straight 2 and 11. Okay. At this point, the window in front of you, a stone fist just flies through it. Was anyone standing right next to the window?
No, because I've learned not to.
Okay, Evangelist does a... Oh, I closed my dice roller because I forgot.
As he's being punched, he's going, Stop Golem!
Stop Golem!
I am super stoked about this.
Oh gosh.
Stop.
Sorry, does a 22 hit?
That will just hit.
Yeah, that will just hit. Okie dokie. Oh gosh. Oh boy, howdy. Okay, you take 12 points of damage and you are thrown back 10 feet and land sort of with a thud on the floor. I need everyone, please, to roll initiative.
Evangelist, can I just get a check on how many hit points you started with?
I started with a righteous number of 48, my young squire.
Okay.
And now
I've got a 1 plus 2. That's a 3.
Okay, hang on one sec. Okay, anyone got over a 20?
Hang on, for
what am I rolling?
Initiative.
I have got 22.
Okie dokie. Gilstar 22. Anyone 15 to 20? 10 to 15.
Oh god.
Ooh, 5 to 10.
Me.
What did
9?
9 for Claire.
I also got a 9, even with advantage.
I assume, Claire, your dexterity is higher than Sasha's.
I've got 3.
Plus 3. Yeah, so Claire will go first. And Tim and Evangelist. Evangelist 6. And Tim 3. Lovely. Okay, Gilstar, you are up first. You are sort of on this like slope of scree, basically, and Evangelist has just rolled 10 foot down it after a fist just appeared out of this window and punched him in the face.
Is he quite close to me? Well, okay, sorry, no. Is he within 25 feet?
Yes, you're all within
Right.
10 feet, I would say. We're doing theatre of the mind, everyone.
I'm gonna scuffle up to him, put my hands on his shoulders, and be like, "Time to be a hero, Evangelist." And I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability.
Okay, excellent. What ability are you enhancing?
I'm assuming that your weaponry is mostly going to be strength-based, Evangelist.
You assume, right. You've seen enough of Evangelist in action.
So I'm going to give you bull strength to give you advantage on strength. Oh, no, that's on strength checks.
It is on strength checks.
I
I don't think it does anything for
aggressive moves.
Just do what you feel is right. Do what you feel is right, Gilstar.
Maybe he'll chuck it. You don't know.
I will get sure. Let's go with that. I will cast that, and that's at 2nd level, so it's just the one target.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I think I can do some healing. Yeah, I can do. Have I got a cantrip for that?
It'd have to be a cantrip spell, or you have your bardic inspiration on a bonus action as well.
I do have healing words.
But you've cast a spell already, so you can't use
that.
Oh,
you can only
this
do
turn.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use a spell and a cantrip, but you can't do 2 spells in a turn.
I see. Right. Yes, I'll do bardic inspiration then.
I'm assuming on Evangelist?
What does it say? Oh yes, yeah, it's a specific creature on Evangelus.
And what is it D8 at your level? Or
1d8, yes.
So you
So
get-
do I roll that?
no, that's Evangelist can use that for the next minute whenever he so chooses.
Apparently it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes, excellent, even better.
You can do it, Evangelist! And I'm going to sort of roll out of the way as I'm... I'm going to touch him and then do a combat roll out of the way.
At this point, the stone golem climbs through the window and it towers not as high as you might think, at maybe 10 foot. So, Evangelist, it's only a little bit taller than you, really. Sasha, same. And it looks to you, Sasha, and is going to try and slam you. Apologies. And it gets... Oh, this dice roller likes me. Sorry. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Unarmored defense isn't quite that good.
And you take 1, 2, 9, 11. You take 19 points of damage as it just grabs you and throws you into the ground and sort of lets to go. It's not sort of made you prone or anything like that. That's bludgeoning damage as well.
Instinctively, like, yells, like, hey! Sasha just begins hyperventilating, like...
Claire, that is your turn.
Okay, that is enough of that. And I'm going to sort of rush / rapidly march in between like this golem and Sasha and say, don't you touch my HR colleague who means nothing more to me than in a professional context.
Excellent. Are you doing anything else, Claire?
What I will say is with the timey-wimey of the turns, can I say that the stone golem, like I see it start to move towards me, so that I can do it so I can react to that.
Oh yes. Okay. I'll tell you what. In which case,
yeah.
make me either a persuasion or an intimidation check to see how much notice it takes of you when you do this.
If those are bad. 9.
9. I wasn't going to be hard. I'll say it does. It sort of looks over to you. It doesn't fully move to you because the big Minotaur is definitely a bigger threat to it right now. But it does clock you.
I wanted to move in between them.
Oh, you wanted to go in between them?
Between them,
yeah, you can get in between them. No, that's absolutely fine.
I'm a small owl person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to protect a large Minotaur for some reason.
Yes, absolutely. You can do that. That's absolutely fine. Lovely stuff. Moving on. Sasha, that is you.
I think Sasha will get up and just like grab Dr. Baldwin by the shoulders and move in front of her and go, "This is all your fault."
You feel this rage bubble up inside you, Sasha, and you've never felt like this before. Like, Dr. Claire Balding pissed you off a lot, and in the past has done things that have made you very angry, but you always bottled it up. And it feels like... how old is Sasha?
That's a really good question. I don't know, probably like late 20s, early 30s.
Cool. This is like basically 3 decades worth of repressed anger about to come out. And as you rage, you all watch as this Minotaur just swells, like veins pop across all the arms. The eyes kind of bulge a bit as Sasha just screams in this stone golem's face. What would you like to do?
I then unsheath my greatsword and I just go for a big stab.
Go for it. Big stab.
Big stab.
Big stab.
That's
big
not
stab.
great. That's a 16?
16 hits.
Yes! That's gonna be 12 damage.
Okie dokie. You do.
I always forget what rage does.
You add an extra something. I assume at your level it's like a 4.
Oh, +2, so
Plus
14.
2. Lovely stuff. Okay, great. Is that everything?
Staring at Sasha, just like just like
having
one big stab and then just like
Evangelist, that brings us to you. This Minotaur's looking like they might be trying to take your glory.
Evangelist.
Looking kind of hot as well. Just putting it out there. Anyway, like I'm gonna push myself. I want to do that, close up. Like camera's moving up, lifts himself up. You can hear the clank. It's like a load of cookware all being thrown on the floor. And then I unsheathe my sword, point it like the point, and go, "For Tom!" And like a silver Blah, straight in. I'm gonna do 2 attacks. Let's keep it
Do it.
simple. Boom. First attack with my greatsword is 10 plus 9, 19.
19 hits.
Yes, with some damage. Right, so it's 2d6.
2d6 plus 5.
Clocked. 7 plus 9. So 16 on the first one.
Lovely. You take a big chunk out of one of its arms. You sort of you get your sword in and sort of jimmy it around in the sort of the joins of the golem, and a bit just pops out.
April's vulnerable bits.
Thank you, Gustav. 6 plus 9, 15.
To hit,
Second.
that hits. Yeah. That's exactly what you needed.
And then 7 plus 16 damage.
And you yet again take out another huge chunk of this golem, and it is looking rough. It is starting, you feel its arms sort of like starting to pull away from its body. And that brings us to Tim Jacobs.
Who's muted himself.
There's a reason for that. Okay, so remember I have this sort of rebreather thing, so I can just turn my mouth off at any point. Just
Yeah,
myself.
Tim Jacobs just sort of can turn off his mouth whenever he needs to. Yeah.
Inside. Okay. Freaking out a little bit. Okay. Mouth thing on. Right. Starts rummaging in the pack, pulling things out, and then just freaks out a little bit and just starts not even throwing things, just flicking things off. And then from his hands come little bits of liquid that he didn't think were in a bottle, but for some reason starts shooting out. Just sort of weird, like gravy. And that would be Ray of Sickness.
Ray of Sickness. Okay, tell me what I roll. I assume it's a save.
Let me see. It is a save of 15.
Okay, I have what kind of save?
Con.
It has advantage on magical spell saves and a +5 to con. So that's a 24 to save. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So really hyped himself up for that.
You see this golem looks at you and goes, it doesn't talk. But you sense it would go, liquid on a stone object in a short period of time, not using erosion. Come on now.
Sorry.
Quick, cast Longshore Drift.
The ultimate spell.
Okay, if Nat's wants to give you the science, Emily's got to do
it. So roughly where are we? Like, how close are we to this golem sort of thing? Is there a space behind it that I can see?
Yeah, it's come out of the window, so you could easily get behind it if you needed to.
Okay. Then perhaps I would like to cast Misty Step.
Okay, you're gonna. That's a spell? You can't. I'm afraid.
No, I can't do
Sorry, I'm gonna be. No
spell. It's a spell.
Have you got a bonus action that is a cantrip?
Let me see.
Or have you got another bonus action you can do? I'm not quite.
I've got. See, the spell is bonus action, but nah. You know what? Going to movement, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Going to sprint as far as possible. That was his moment of like to shine. Like, he's got this. He can do this. Great. Couldn't do it. Sprinted.
Are you sprinting towards the tower or away from the tower?
Tower is towards.
So you're you are moving up towards the tower. The golems come out from the tower. You could go in the window behind the golem. He might get an attack of opportunity if you do that.
I would like to hedge my bets and run towards the tower, but not like super far. In that way, you know, when you're like, oh, so and so's going for lunch, and I don't really want to get caught.
Got you. So you don't want to get within 5 feet of him to give him an attack of opportunity. I understand. Okay. So you get quite close to the window. You can't quite get to it, but you sort of get near enough that if the golem went down, you could very quickly jump through the window. Lovely. That brings us back round to Gilstar.
So, hang on. Is the golem going immediately after me?
Yes, it did last time.
And who's after the golem in the order?
Claire.
I'm trying to weigh up whether I want to try and incapacitate it, but it only lasts until it takes damage. So, I don't know.
It's looking real rough. Real rough.
Okay, well, Big swings. Let's go for a big swing. So I'm going to try and cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. Tell me what I roll.
So I would like you to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh, okay.
A 14.
14. Okay, that is... What is my wisdom? My wisdom is +0, and I rolled a 13.
Yeah!
Yay!
That was such a bluey. Hooray!
Hooray!
Okay, so but this is me softening the golem up for Evangelist. Obviously, this is just me, sort of
Sure.
weaving
And
a
what
pattern
does
with my hands.
Hypnotic Pattern do?
So Hypnotic Pattern. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
I'm going to be very nice to you, because normally stone golems can't be charmed. However...
Oh, really?
Because we're in a one-shot yes, okay, it's charmed. Oh, it stays in place. It looks absolutely out of it. So incapacitated means it can't do anything on its go. It just... You see this golem just go, pretty pattern. And it's the first time it's ever spoken. What do the patterns look like in front of its eyes?
I'm imagining that this is sort of hand motions. I'm making that fancy, the middle school S with my hand.
It's like light painting, but you're doing the S.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
look at the S.
Like, wow, the best S there ever was.
Why
brings
isn't it like subscribe?
Yeah.
And that brings us to
Evangelist's OnlyFans.
No, Evangelist doesn't have an OnlyFans. There's no OnlyFans on Ixlaris. That brings us to Dr. Claire Balding.
So Dr. Balding has been like in stunned silence ever since Sasha was like, "This is all your fault." Like,
as you stand there, you sort of put your hands to your sides and you just feel sheathed inside your cloak these daggers.
I think during the moment when everyone else is like shouting and fighting and moving, and the stone golem is like suddenly the stone golem is like really, really close to me, and I've just been standing like dead still, and I'm like sort of very sort of sure that it has no idea that I'm there somehow. And as my hands go onto these daggers, it's like this sort of like muscle memory thing taking over, just as the hypnotic patterns sort of begin to bloom in the air. I would like to jump up onto the stone golem, cloak swishing, with the silence of an owl in flight, just like
You just hear the of the cloak.
Yeah. Jump up, and I would like to find something to dagger. Has it got any
It's got a lot, so it's very stony face, but there is like a join under its neck and its head, so you feel like you could get the dagger in there, and maybe there's something you can just sort of wiggle it about a bit.
Scientific wiggling.
Yeah, how to fuck up stone, wiggle a dagger in it.
So little owl creature, whoosh 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 up the stone golem, sort of like dangling around its head, and dagger up into its join.
Roll to hit.
Agitate the aggregate.
Natural 1.
Oh no! Oh no, Dr. Claire!
Cool.
You get up there and
it didn't take any damage.
You do get it in, but your dagger gets stuck, and you're then on the top of it trying to pull your dagger out.
That's when she kind of comes back to herself.
Yeah.
She's just like,
suddenly you're on the top of a like 10-foot tall golem.
I'll get round the neck and just be like, what am I doing?
Sasha, that is your turn.
I think Sasha is gonna like go for like a slice across the head, kind of subconsciously, probably going quite close to Dr. Balding. Because she is the source of
I am
our
going
anger.
to say, if you get a natural 1, you will hit Claire Balding.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this is fine. It's totally fine. It's all good.
It's all fine.
Oh, it was a 7, but I thought it was a 1. which in total is a 13.
13 doesn't hit. As you swing towards the golem, you suddenly realise that this thing is taking over you a little bit, and you got dangerously close to Claire. And as much as you were sort of like, oh, maybe I could hit Claire a bit, you do go, oh no, I probably shouldn't. Have you got a multi-attack? I just wanted to check.
Yeah, I checked after my last turn. I was like, it's like I should have 2 attacks, and I do. So
Cool.
I will go again, this time avoiding Dr. Wilson.
Okay.
That one's a non-nat 20.
That hits. Roll your damage.
Ooh, that was quite good. That's 15 total damage.
Sasha O'Brien from HR. How would you like to destroy this stone golem?
Yes.
I would like to swing the great sword, miss, and then with the weight of it, just drag it up through the ground, spray a bit of its own stone essentially up into
gravel.
its face,
Yeah.
and, and then stab it up through the chin.
Claire, you just watch this sword, you've got your arms around it, and you just watch this sword come up and through. And you, as you cling onto it, you feel it starting to fall. And again, with an unnatural quickness that isn't your own, you sort of jump off and land carefully on the ground. And the stone golem shatters into pieces.
I run up to Evangelist with a notepad. Evangelist, how do you feel about having slain another fantastical creature?
Tom's grace guides me. You, Sasha, you...
I take it back! I've never yelled in my life! That was the first time I'd ever yelled in my life!
Sasha, you were channeling the spirit of Tom, and for that, you are blessed. And I go for the hug.
Sasha.
Local commoner evangelized by Evangelist.
Sasha, are you going for the hug?
Yeah, I just do that thing when you're just in shock and you just kind of open your arms and loosely drape them rather than actually hugging.
Yes. The other 3 of you watch these 2 huge creatures hug each other. It's quite sweet.
Another warrior brought into Torm's light.
I really pat, the real let it out, let it out.
Well, thank you. That's actually really helpful. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
Tim, go ahead.
While all of this is going on, Tim wants to start rifling through the detritus of the stone golem to see if there's anything cool left behind.
Sure, make an investigation check on the stone golem.
What might it have in its pockets? I don't know. Stone?
12.
There are some real nice bits of stone that have been carved off here.
Pick up 2 of the really good ones.
Nice.
Stick it in a vial.
I will say some of them have some quite nice engravings on them, so there's nothing of value, but there are some cool bits of cool rocks.
Okay.
Those are body parts that you're putting into a flask.
Everything is someone's body part, technically.
I am assuming you're heading into the tower.
Yes, indeed.
Tim, I whisper to Tim, I'm slightly concerned that you used to work in a restaurant?
Excuse? Wait, how, is Sasha,
Tim.
how close?
Look, Tim, I know you're not the real Tim Jacobs, okay? I can't tell her. Right?
How close are we from? Are we
I
far
think
away
you
from
2
this?
are whispering.
yeah,
I'll
I've
say this is a
been
sidebar.
Whisper.
So the other 3 are sort of climbing into the tower as you whisper this. Dr. Claire, make a perception check.
16.
Ooh, Sasha, make a stealth check.
Famously great at those. It's going to be
Oh,
fine.
Jesus.
I think that's a 7.
Dr. Claire Balding, you hear every word of this with your owl hearing. Carry on with your conversation.
Hearing! Yes, owl hearing!
To the 2 of you, she is far enough away that she would never be able to hear you normally.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about,
Tim,
and
Tim,
I'm
there's 2 CVs. There's 2 CVs. The system doesn't like when people have the same name, so you got hired. It should have been Tim Jacobs from Ohio, and I know you're from Scunthorpe.
I
Was
don't
it?
even know where Scunthorpe is.
Oh,
So,
stop. Your accent's not even good here.
and those aren't CVs, they're resumes. You work in HR, right? And it's not like anyone can prove otherwise, right?
Okay, so I thought that perhaps you would be
mature enough to have an adult conversation, but it turns out you are actually literally a child and probably legally a minor anyway. So
You just killed Stone.
yes, I know everything is insane.
So
Which is why it's
maybe
insane that you're here in the first place. And you worked in McDonald's and you think that everything is a body part?
maybe certain things shouldn't be questioned. Maybe we should suspend our disbelief when we're quite literally on another world. Maybe you and I can have that. Maybe we can be simpatico. Yeah? It's how we do it in
I
Ohio.
understood the first half of that sentence and then you completely lost me.
Exactly. So we keep it moving.
Once
Sasha just stews in the
inside,
back now.
Sasha's stewing in the back as you all climb through this window. Once you get inside the crumbling remains of the prison tower, you sort of look around. You see falling walls around you, or failing. I think it says failing here, not falling, but they're kind of crumbling too, so it counts. You see the gap where the stone golem was clearly inserted into the wall, and then around you are long bent and rusted bars of a prison. There are cells all around, and there's a partially ruined staircase in the centre leading down. It looks fairly passable. You can't tell from this angle exactly how deep it goes. But you get the sense that stone golem was probably a prison guard.
Come, companions. We must journey into the depths. Follow.
Are you feeling all right, Evangelist? Do you have any form of healing, or would you like me to do one of my specials?
Oh, one of your specials, please, Gilstar.
How many hit points did you lose? 12?
Mm-hmm.
Right. In that case, I will go for Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Mm-hmm. Roll it.
So just to be on the safe side. So that's 2d8, I believe, at 2nd level. Just double check.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 2d8
right.
plus 3.
Oh.
So that would be a grand total of 16 points of healing.
Sasha, Tim, Claire, you watch as Gilstar puts his hands on Evangelus, and where there were sort of bruises forming across this sort of dragonborn face, discoloration under the scales, you see it all just fade away, and suddenly Evangelus looks as pristine as he did when you first met him.
I look pretty good. Okay.
You look better than good.
I look holy. Yes. And I'll go down. What do I see down there? Do I sense anything?
As you go down, you just find a landing, and there are 2 arches. One is covered with a wall of blue flame, and the other a wall of red flame.
I've seen these before.
I'm relaying this at top volume as I go.
Nice.
I'm just like shouting it back up.
Man after my own heart.
Right, which one of them tells the truth?
They're just roiling walls of flame.
Wait, is this related to the red and blue ship from earlier? The red is Chloe going, wait,
Old
which one?
things. Red is
The
old
blue
things.
is the blue was
Which must
new
be the
things and
future if they're old.
red would be the past? Is that how that thing works?
No, but the blue is younger. And therefore,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we never really figured that one out.
Yes,
to be
we
fair.
didn't in the... We also tried to fix it after the stream, because I
failed.
think they've literally fucked this up a little bit. I will say, you remember...
How does it work?
You remember that blue wavelength means something is younger and hotter, and red means older and cooler.
Oh yes. That's
Yeah.
it, because it actually has nothing to
Okay.
do with the red and blue shift at all.
Or time travel. That's just how old things are. Unless old things mean it's the future.
If it was
These-
just red, the red
Yeah.
shift thing would make more sense.
These flames cover bits of the wall. They're just flaming walls.
It's 2 archways, and they have these flames within the archways.
Right.
Don't worry,
Remember what we did last time? Ask one archway what the other one would say. Give it a basic question. Just stick your hand through.
Okay, that
Oh,
I
I
can
wouldn't do
do,
that.
and I put my hand into the blue flame.
Into the blue flame. Okie
Yes.
The
dokie.
hotter one.
Hang on. You take...
Oh no.
You take 6 points of fire damage as you stick your hand into the blue flame, and you are sort of shunted backwards again.
Do you take less damage because you're a dragonborn? to fire?
Not from
He's not a fire.
damage.
He's not a fire Dragonborn.
Oh.
Sadly.
He's a silver one, which I believe is
but
cold damage. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
That did not work. Gilstar, could you come down, perhaps, and aid me?
Let's all go and let's all
Okay,
go
fine. I
examine
come down, I pick up his other arm, and I put the other arm into the red flames.
You pick up his arm into the red flame.
Yes.
Thank you, Gilstar.
As you pick up his other arm and thrust it into the red flame, Evangelist, your arm goes straight through with no pain.
Gilstar, you're a genius.
because it's less hot.
I think so.
Older and
I
cold.
don't know, it just says. I'll read you what it says. Oh, look. Okay, everyone sit down. We're learning how to write a TTRPG. Players may remember the wavelengths of light from earlier in the game. If they use that knowledge, the blue wavelength means something is younger and hotter, and the red means older and cooler. Red is the correct path, and players will be able to pass through the flame unharmed. If players use the oh no, you didn't do that. If players attempt to go through the blue flame, they will take 1d6 fire damage and be shunted back.
Okay,
I was shunted back
Well,
as well.
You were.
You're so shunted.
I might not be as clever as the people at NASA, but I'm pretty sure that those two things are not related.
The cooler and the hotter with the
Yeah.
red in relation to red shift and blue shift. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Is
related to
there
shift,
in
but in
relation to
relation to
taking
stuff.
damage or not?
Like in relation to stars, yes, but then they're talking about them being older and younger in relation to the blue shift. That's the whole point of that dial that you had to turn the time.
Both things are correct. They're just not
Yes,
related.
yes,
Exactly,
I would
yeah.
concur with that. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
very confused.
Can we please talk about how Chloe started that statement with the very British, very sort of version of "I'm not being a dickhead."
I'm not being a dickhead, and I'm sure NASA is very smart, but
But, like,
We need better color coding in the laws of physics. That's the thing here. There's redundancy in the color scheme.
Yeah.
if we are wrong in in chat and if you worked out what they actually mean,
let us know,
can you
yeah.
let us know, because I've confused myself. Anyway,
I think what they're getting at is the fact that as an object gets hotter, the peak wavelength that it emits at decreases.
sure.
That's I think ultimately what they're getting at. Like hot stars emit more shorter wavelengths because each photon has more energy. Like
Sure. But then
That's-
why
it's
talk
not a
about
redshift
redshift? Yeah.
There was another bit that
It's
was
still
this
not related to
redshift thing,
I think that's it.
That's what we got
Yeah.
confused. Yeah,
It's not the red and blue bit.
was
Like
another bit
it
from
was-
before.
It's from the previous. Anyway, and that's definitely what they want you to remember is that bit. But anyway,
Okay.
anyway, congratulations. Red
I didn't
doesn't
expect
hurt.
that to work. I thought I was just going to hurt him again.
yeah. So did I.
Gilstar, you genius. Come. And I stride forth through the flames. And what do I see?
Well, does everyone follow you
I mean,
or no?
No, I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds.
yeah. Let's
Okay,
wait until he comes
Evangelist.
back. I'm still
I'm just
alive.
gonna
you
keep
know.
going. Yeah.
As you walk, you come to a large metal door. It's brand new with a lit torch next to it. It looks like someone has been here fairly recently. As you stride towards the door and you turn around, do you turn around to see if the archway is still there?
Nope.
Cool. It's just as you keep moving forward, suddenly your foot clicks onto a pad on the floor, and you hear. And I'm just going to roll a thing to see how many arrows hit you.
So can't
and
be anyone?
You are hit by only 3. That's very good. You take 9 points of damage as 3 arrows go bang, bang, bang into your side.
Any saving throw at all?
No,
Oh, okay. How
it
much
says
was
so.
How many? Sorry, how many?
9 points.
9 points. Okay.
Okay, I think back through the portal, Gilstar's gonna be like 8, 9, 10. All right, but he hasn't come back through like screaming, so it can't be that bad. And I'm just gonna step through.
As you
He might also
stride,
be dead.
as you stride through, I'm going to roll to see how many arrows hit you.
Oh come on!
Yeah,
I have-
I'm just like looking down at this. Oh,
You get hit by 6 arrows.
Wait.
sorry.
Don't you have a medieval? Do you have a medieval space GoPro at this point?
Your guys are down here in a dungeon. And...
Okay, how many?
Less than that killed Boromir.
For 29 points of damage.
Cool. No doubt. That's cool. Got 9 hit points left.
So we're stood
this
here
is a
on
one
this
shot.
clearly trapped floor. Okay,
Yeah, I'll say you
like
sort of move
magicians.
forward, and then as Gilstar steps through, the arrows almost like relocate and then just in. You both sort of strode forward. I will say, you realise.
Gilstar, no! I go down on one knee. Gilstar, can you hear me?
Yep, I am in a great deal of pain. Okay. I think we may have walked into a trap, Evangelist.
Let's not be so hasty. But first,
It takes another step.
No.
I'll go back and check.
Fuck it. Hang on.
Before I do that,
Okay.
as I put my hands on your shoulders to see you're okay, you feel the divine force of Torm's holy light enter you. And in entering you, it gives you 20 hit points back.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Very
hit
nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Are you heading as you turn around to head back potentially to the other room?
I will head back, yes.
You cannot see an archway. There is nothing there.
Oh.
Oh no.
Dr. Claire Balding, are you there?
No response.
happened?
Okay.
I run back up to see if they're there.
There's no stairs. You are in a box with a door and a rigged floor.
Oh, God.
There is a door at the other end.
Over the
I go
trap
back
floor.
over the tree.
There's no save. I'm sorry. I will say. I tell you what. Make an intelligence check. You need to beat a 15 to not re-step on the same bit that set off the arrows last time.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have my head.
I know.
Oh,
I rolled an 18 with my -3 modifier. That's a 15.
As
Yeah!
you with a 15 with a -3. As you go to step on it, you sort of look down and suddenly you just go, "No, that hurt last time," and you just slightly move your foot and it grazes the edge of the trap.
For the viewers at home, what is your intelligence characteristic on this character?
Oh yeah, please share with the group.
It's a powerful 5.
I do believe that normally means you couldn't speak because that's basically animal level of intelligence. But we've decided it just means he can't read.
Because I am proficient in history
Okay.
and religion, so I know all the texts. So
Right,
I have
just
some
Learned English from the holy texts.
Yes.
of-
You had an
yeah.
audio
But
book or
Gilstar's
something.
probably read them aloud to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the lots of
Gilstar.
pointing at the pictures. Like,
Mm-hmm.
We're still working on his glyphs. You
Oh my
can't
God.
really distinguish the letters.
An
Okay.
illustrated 3-year-old Bible.
Oh
is what I
yeah,
have, yeah.
cute. We will cut back to the archways where Sasha, Tim, and Claire, you are standing in front of these flaming archways, which 2 people have just walked straight through.
We're definitely cutting from like the interior like action to just like awkward silence.
From
Us just
ow, Gilstar, Evangelist, and then just quiet.
Well, it doesn't look like that hurts.
no. But they went in and
It's-
didn't come out.
Yeah.
Not great, is it?
Are you two planning? I mean, are either of you planning to stay out here?
Looks around the like terrifying hellscape.
Because I think maybe it could be a good idea that we, and then Tim at this point just walks through the walks straight through.
Tim walks through. Tim, as you exit the archway, what do you do? Evangelist, Gilstar, Tim appears.
Am I currently like on the ground and Evangelist is laying
Yeah,
hands on me?
just laying hands on you at this point.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Hold.
It's
have
not
to-
what it looks like.
So this is very much, Simpsons, like Grandpa going to that place, whistling, da, 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 sees Bart, turns back round, does that. He goes, see, so because come up from an awkward silence he wants to get away from because he's hyperventilating and almost being caught out. Goes straight through, sees this Saving Private Ryan thing, goes to turn around. What happens when I turn
as
around?
you turn around, you walk straight into a wall.
Right. Oh, and so I just go, and just sort of there. He's like, wait, they can't hear us. They can't. Oh no, they can't. Hey guys, they can't hear us, right? Because we couldn't hear you. Can they hear us?
Nope. You couldn't hear us getting hit by multiple arrows by any chance?
No. All right, lads. I think we're fucked. Yeah.
Your manner of speaking has changed, Sir Jacobs.
Yeah. Can I level with you guys?
Yes.
I am not good, and I am really worried, and now I'm scared. I'm in a new place, and I don't know how to code.
Well, I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder. Welcome to being an adventurer. Except I'm a halfling, so I'm sort of reaching up.
Yes.
So, but he's right now, Tim. So, what can I see from here? Like,
you are in quite a small room, maybe like 8 by 8 feet. There are 2 characters on the floor. There are sort of stone tiles, and there's a door the other side of them.
How far away is that door?
Like 8 feet, 10 feet.
10 feet. That's like what?
It's really
What's that
close.
in real?
A couple of meters.
Yeah, 3 meters.
Can I jump that?
What is a jump distance normally? Is it half your walking speed? I think you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can.
Something about strength score, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, you can jump it.
You have
Cool.
to toss me.
So, so I see a certain level. I'm pretty sure Tim at this point.
I tell you what, make an investigation check for me, Tim.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. I want 17 plus 7.
Cool. You look down and you see all these arrows in Gilstar and Evangelus. You look up, you see holes on the walls where the arrows definitely came out of. You look down and you see a tile that looks slightly compressed compared to the other ones, and you can just make out a little sliver of light, and there appears to be some kind of tripwire in it. And as you go down, you just manage to sort of push the tile a little bit and cut the wire, and you disable the trap.
Cool. So do all of that and just plod along. Just go to the end.
Cool.
And this, you want all of this to be like, oh, Tim's such a badass. Tim's on the inside, he's having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Like genuine fear. Like, and with the voice modulator sounds really cool. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Before we carry on here, Sasha,
Heavy
Claire,
breathing of Darth Vader.
If I may, Chloe, I think we should cut back to us having a massive argument about who is, in fact, responsible for the intern.
Yeah.
Look, you're from HR. You think you're so important. You hired him. Like, whoa, what?
He's your intern.
Well, you should have made sure that he knew all the safety rules about the lab. Don't go through the portals.
Oh, look, you're the one that hangs on his every word.
Oh, yes.
your shouting is lovely,
He's
but
a
Zoom
real
really
scientist.
doesn't love the shouting,
sorry,
everyone,
sorry.
so just calm.
Oh, no. We have a shouting. We are having a small shouting match.
We have
anyway.
a shouting match, yes.
Which finally
Right,
mellows.
well, I guess I will go after him then. Well,
Well-
it's my responsibility.
I'm not letting you do that by yourself,
Fine.
colleague Sasha, because of our professional relationship.
Sure, our professional relationship.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine. Would you like to hold hands when we go through the scary fire?
Yeah.
This Minotaur and Owl take hands, and you step through the flames, and you appear in this small room, and you see Gilstar, Evangelist, and Tim all looking at this door on the other side of the room. And there appear to be more arrows in Gilstar and Evangelist than you remember.
Oh, thank God he's alive. He's alive. He's alive. Oh, snatch his hand back. Oh. Oh, good.
Good. I'm glad everyone seems fine.
Looking at the arrows.
I'm just going to deadpan back at Sasha. Yeah. So glad you could make it.
I'm going to turn and look at the door. Is there any way through?
It has a handle.
I kick
It is in fact a door.
Okay, I will attempt the handle, but strongly.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, this is going to go well.
10.
You grab the handle, you push down, and you push. And it does open. 10 was what you needed to not pull the push door. That was all it was going to be. And
An intelligence, not to pull the push.
yeah, as you enter the circular stone room, you first see stacks of books piled on every surface. The air is chilled and musty. Beyond the books, your eyes are immediately drawn to a telescope the size of a school bus. A telescope that 3 of you recognise as Hubble from the likeness you found at the observatory. It doesn't seem to be functioning or doing anything at the moment. The books in this room appear to be much newer than the ruins all around. The room is dimly lit and otherwise largely empty, save for one figure. As they turn, they appear to be elven. It could be a trick of the light, but you see a faint tinge of green to their skin. Oh, hello, boys. You came back. You're not guards. Brave little adventurers. You've made a grave mistake coming here. And that is where we will take our break. Be back in a second.
Hold on my buttons.
Hi, everybody. We're back. So, boom, back in. You stand in the room with a vaguely green elf in front of you.
I think Dr. Claire Balding's just staring at the telescope. And I think I'm going to do the, like walking towards the beautiful, currently non-functional, but I'm sure we can fix that bus-sized telescope.
I'm giving increasingly nervous glances at Dr. Balding because this is the point where she would normally be like, hello, I'm Dr. Balding.
I hope you're not planning on going anywhere near that. It's mine.
That's a huge armored creature. What manner of beast is it?
Simple people. It is a telescope. Who has people talking behind them?
Might be me, sorry.
Yeah. I alone will hold the knowledge of the energy of the vacuum, and I will power this machine myself. I suggest you all leave.
Aren't you a little small to power such a machine?
This kind of machine can be powered by the mind alone, and I have some of the greatest minds in Ixlaris with me.
Where are they?
Oh,
My question.
please. And she gestures round to the other side of the telescope. And as you walk round, you see a cell, and there are 4 bodies slumped in the cell.
No.
How alive do they look?
They look alive, they're breathing, they look unconscious. They look like the sea.
Good.
Just gonna whisper. Is one of you Eric? Because
I believe one of them is Iric.
Eric.
Eric. We've come to save you. Don't tell the others.
Tim, it's Eric. Tim.
I'm afraid it's you who will be needing saving.
By Eric? Or...
First they kidnapped us, then she kidnapped them, then we're saving them, then they're saving us.
This just
Oh,
feels
This
like...
is the kidnapper?
She's a terrorist. You told us about her.
No, she's a
and she
kidnapper.
flirts.
I am not a
she flirts with people.
terrorist.
Sorry, freedom fighter.
I have been collecting my hoard. And this is the grand prize. And she gestures to the
God.
Hubble.
So we all just internally went, I just don't know a thing.
like a dragon. And I turn to Val. No offense, but like a dragon.
She gets very, very close to your face, Tim, and just goes, yes, like a dragon, and then leaps into the air and transforms into a young green dragon.
Tim!
Everyone roll initiative, please.
You had to go and say it, didn't you?
Sure, if we just explained that we needed the telescope for science.
I'm sure that would have worked.
Fascinating.
Rolling initiative.
Oh, sorry. Come on, don't break now.
Okay.
Thank you. Oops, sorry if everyone, if you just saw weird stuff on the screen. Where's initiative?
Right.
Not very good initiative for a dragon. Feel like that should be higher, but fine. Okay, anyone above a 20? Gilstar, what did you get?
21.
You've
21.
got sick initiative, Gilstar.
Mm.
Anyone else? Or if not, 15 to 20.
18.
Tim, 18.
15.
15 for Evangelus. I'm calling you Evan when I write it down. Anyone 10 to 15?
13.
Sasha, 13. Lovely. Sasha, what is your dexterity?
+2.
Okay, thank you very much. And finally, Claire, what did you get?
5.
And a 5 for Claire. Okay, as she leaps into the air and her wings expand, almost filling this room, but she still has some space to sort of glide around. Gilstar, that is you.
Okay. Can I hold as a reaction, basically cutting words?
You want to? You don't have to hold that. It's a reaction, so you can just do that
So
as your reaction on your turn.
Okay,
So you can do an action and a bonus action, and then you can just use cutting words on your turn. You could when something happens as a reaction.
But it doesn't have to happen to me specifically.
No.
Okay, brilliant. Right, well, I'm going to do the old classic, and I'm going to do Bardic Inspiration on Evangelus.
Lovely stuff.
I assumed you used that previously, right?
I did not.
I'll say it would have run out by now. Or I'll tell you what, you'll be just at the end of it. There you go. As a treat, you've still got that Bardic Inspiration from before.
He's a kind and generous god.
I am a kind and generous god.
Does that mean I have 2 Bardic Inspirations?
No. I'm gonna not. They don't stack. So you've got one. Gilstar, you can have your bonus action for something else if you like it. If you'd like it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I will just uncheck that 1 second. Right. Actually, what else can I do?
I will say though, Evangelus, it's probably going to run out like this round. So.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get hypnotic pattern off on a dragon. I guess. Oh, tell you what, right. It's a pretty high DC anyway. What I will do is enhance ability again at 2nd level on Evangelus, but I'm going to give him Bear's Endurance instead.
Nice. What does that do?
Advantage on Constitution checks, and you gain 2d6 temporary hit points.
Very
Second,
good.
is that Constitution saving throws as well?
No, Constitution checks.
I will say it is for the purposes of this.
But there you go. So
might come up.
That's my action, and then bonus actions would be Bardic Inspiration. So I guess I'm going to try and roll. I will roll under the telescope.
Nice. You roll under Hubble, and are you hiding under Hubble?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm hiding.
Lovely.
Look at me, I'm an astronaut.
You don't know what an astronaut is. Tim, that is you.
Right. So at this point, the visor thing, because I'm still kind of freaked out from the conversation before. Right. Oh, okay. So, but out it's right. Oh, okay. So, how close is she from me right now?
She's in the air, so she's, I'll say, 20 feet up in the air.
Okay. And I guess I'm the close. All right. Cool. So what I'm going. Okay. Okay. How many tables are there? Are there like
loads of tables, loads of books everywhere.
Tables and books. Great. And so.
And a big Hubble in the middle.
How far away am I from the cells?
From the cells?
Yeah.
I'll say the room is maybe 40 feet wide, so 40 feet away.
How far can I go? Okay, how far can I go in this? All right, basically, I want to Misty Step in front of them, in front of that cell.
Okay, so as Tim, as you look at these researchers who have been kidnapped, and you just sort of feel yourself wanting to be able to help them, and suddenly You appear next. You don't feel like you want to help them.
No.
So what's the impetus for you going near them?
She has just said, "Oh, don't worry. I have some of the finest minds. They're the ones powering it. She's not going to kill them."
Okay, so
Misty step.
you misty step over there. So how do you know how to misty step? What brings that sort of momentum from you?
Anxiety, pure anxiety, pure
Cool.
freak out. And in my head, I go, honestly, they look like they're having a better time than me right now.
And you suddenly appear next to a lot of sleeping researchers.
Yeah, just go, oh, okay, hi. And I just look them up and down. Like, can I do any sort of like investigation or perceiving on them to see
You
what's
can
going on?
do a medicine check. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not what you wanted? To check what's happening with their bodies. Do you not want to do a medicine check? Do a medicine check.
It's a 4.
Dead, probably.
This has big. You know, whenever me as Alex, I'm online, and people are like, do you have medical advice? I go, I don't give you any medical advice. You can't be struck off by the GMC if you're not on in the first place. This is me right now. Medicine check 4. These are some people.
Yeah, you're pretty sure of it. Anything
Gonna
else
hunt
you
it
want to
down
do?
What I can do is I have as a reaction, I can use Flash of Genius. So when anyone within 30 feet makes an ability check or saving throw, I can add +4 to the roll.
Very nice. So you don't have to tell me if you plan on using that. That's just something you can do whenever.
I know.
Cool.
I want everyone else to know so they're aware that if I choose not to do it, it's on them.
Good. Evangelist, that's your turn.
These are the most hated foes of the metallic dragons, a chromatic dragon. And so, of course, I will unsheath my sword and do the thing that comes naturally. I will leap into the air. Oh, wait a second, is it flying?
It is flying.
Oh, God!
There are lots of tables and Hubble to jump across if you
I'm
so
going to
wish.
run up this telescope!
You jump onto the back of
device.
Hubble and jump up and run towards the dragon. I will say you can get close enough to swipe at her.
Parkour.
She's very big.
Yes, I will parkour my way up, clank, 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 and I will leap for the full kind of stab motion onto
Great.
the head.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, roll an athletics check. You will make the leap. This is just to see how cool it looks.
That is a 19.
19. It's pretty cool. Like Gilstar, you've seen him a little bit better, but it's up in the top 10 maybe for
I'm
this.
holding up an 8.
Yeah, an 8. You could improve. Could do better. Roll to hit.
Oh, that is a 20. Wait, a 28?
28, yeah. 28 hits. Jesus Christ.
Beast. Absolute beast. I must be getting this wrong. 16 damage.
Lovely stuff.
And I'm going to dump a divine smite into that. Boom!
Do it.
Boom.
Roll
And
it.
that's extra. Shit. Yeah, okay. Hold on. That's an extra. At second level, it's 3d8.
Ooh.
Oh, 2 1s.
Paladins.
6.
That's a paladin.
22. That's a paladin.
So is that 22 on top of the 16?
No. 22 total.
22 total. Okay. Lovely stuff. Anything else on your turn? That was your first attack.
I'm attacking.
Yeah. You sort of leap and you slash at one of the legs, and then as you land back on Hubble, you jam back up, and you get a...
Okay. Well, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Nice.
So that's
It's a D8.
16 plus a D8, which is 21.
21 hits.
And I'm gonna dump another divine smite into that.
Yeah, do it.
Second level. Come on.
God, I love Divine Smite. Paladins are badass.
Yeah, so badass. Okay.
Just have the unfortunate effect of doing one combat and going, oh, I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah. It's a one shot. If any of you are ending with spell slots, you fucked up. Right, 17 was that, sorry.
Yeah, 17. I'm rolling.
Lovely stuff. You jam in and you see this green ichor sort of ooze down your blade. Disgusting. Oh, you look like you're enjoying that. Sasha, that's your turn.
I think
Sorry,
Sasha,
that was way too far.
Sasha, there's a small part of her that doesn't want to be outdone by Evangelist at this point. But also sees Tim over by the cage and sees whatever Claire's doing, staring at the telescope, and is like, right, this telescope is ours, and you're just not real. And I'm gonna rage there as well.
Excellent.
As my bonus action, also because why not? It's a one shot. I will frenzy.
Yes.
So I can now make 3. No, I can't make 3 attacks because I've already used my bonus action. But after this, I can make 3 attacks.
Yeah.
But for now, I can make 2. So I'm gonna. Can I? Is it low enough that I could like attack it from underneath, or do I?
You'd have to go on the
jump
telescope, or like on
Okay,
a table
I'll
to
do
jump
that.
at her. But yeah, I'll let you.
Yeah.
And again, it
I'll
will
leap
work.
up.
Make an athletics check to see how cool it is.
I leap up like hot on the heels of Evangelist.
Yeah.
With athletics with a 22.
Oh, Evangelist looked cool as he ran up the telescope, but Sasha strides, and the piercings all across this Minotaur kind of gleam in the light of the torchlight of this room, and you all go, "Fuck, that's cool!" As Sasha runs up and sort of leaps past Evangelist and slashes at this dragon. Roll to hit.
Holds up a 9.
Yeah.
So one is a 21 and the other one is a 23.
Both hit. Roll your damage.
Yes. Okay, so that's
Should have battle music. Sorry, I don't have
6.
music on this, everyone. Sorry, go on.
6 on one and what's a much better roll? 14 on the other, so total of 20.
Very
Oh,
good.
plus 2 because I'm raging. 22. Wait, plus 4 because
Plus
I'm raging.
4,
'cause that's
yeah.
2 attacks, so 24.
Very good. You start
Yeah.
like leathering into this dragon, and you see again more sort of green ichor comes down on Evangelist again, and
I am pristine and it's just all over Evangelist.
and at this point, Asilius goes, "How very dare you!" and is going to fly up a bit more. You both get attack of opportunities on her.
Absolutely. 25.
Hits.
18.
Just hits.
Can I dump a divine
13
smite
points
into that?
damage.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
13 points damage
13.
with another stab.
Yikes. My dragon. My cool dragon. Leave her alone.
26 points of damage.
Jesus Christ! Leave the poor thing alone. Shitting hell. Right, not pulling any punches with you fuckers. She reaches back and breathes a cloud of poisonous gas across all of you. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
At +2 because of my aura of protection.
And with advantage.
What?
Ali makes it with advantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sophie Valley specifically.
But Ali's got an aura of protection that I think extends to everyone. Is that correct?
Yes, everyone.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh, sorry, I get what you mean.
Yes, you all get +2.
Okay.
We all
well,
get +2. We don't get advantage.
I get
No,
Okay.
only Ali gets advantage.
Oh, okay,
All right.
sorry.
I've got 22.
Okay, that succeeds.
Got dirty 20.
Succeeds.
9.
Fails.
Maybe a +2.
That is with the +2.
I got a 2.
Fails.
That is
Good,
with
how
my
did you get
+2.
Oh no! Super fails.
I got that one.
20.
20 passes. So those who succeeded, you take 12 points of damage. Those who failed, you take 25 points of damage.
I have
That's
got...
poison, isn't it?
As this poisonous, you're not poisoned, but as this poisonous breath, just you feel your insides start to tingle and melt, and it's just burning everywhere. And then I believe if I do, this is a good question for everyone. I don't know if I then get to do another multi-attack if I use the breath. I don't know.
Usually it specifies with what on a multi.
Well, it says the the multi-attack, the dragon makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws, but then it's got the poison breath. So I think that means that's its turn for this round.
That's separate, yeah.
Yeah. So you're all. So she has flown up though. So she is now. It will now be a jump from the top of Hubble to hit, or a spell from the ground. I'll say she's 40 feet off the ground and 10 foot from the top of Hubble.
Okay.
Roughly. I don't know. At me if it's wrong. Next up, we have Claire.
Okay, so Claire has been watching the large and armoured Evangelus and the spiky and muscular Sasha climbing on the scientific instruments, which has caused some consternation. But once again, as like the poison breath hits, and she's like, "We're all going to die," something instinctive takes over, and she too runs up the sorry and does a incredible leap through the air.
Acrobatics, let's see it. Let's see how good it is.
Thanks.
Come on, Claire Balding.
No extra movement from climbing, and a running jump increases distance by 3 feet. However,
you get there, don't worry. Yeah.
My acrobatics roll is 14.
It's pretty good.
It's fine.
It's alright.
It's all right. Can I use my flash of genius to give her a +4?
Of course you can. You look down and you see Tim, and you're like, I really want to impress Tim.
I do. I want him to think I'm cool.
No. Tim has worked out on the side of his mask. There's a button you can press to play cool music.
Music hits.
And it just comes up. You know, like what they do, like in the middle of that radio, they'll be like, drop a bomb, boy. Like that happens. Presses the button. Like he's just freaking out. He's freaking out because of the acid on his face or whatever. It just goes while the jump is happening.
Very nice.
Flying through the air, slow motion, while in midair, pulling out a rapier, hand just automatically coming up, and I will do some sort of slightly fancy slashy swishy twirl while the cloak is sort of billowing around me and that kind of thing.
Nice. Can you fly?
I don't think so.
You're an owl.
Owl.
I'll say you can. You can fly.
would make
So you
sense.
can easily fly up there because she is slightly higher. So but you can make it.
Flight. Yes, I can fly.
Okay, cool.
God damn it. I had a cool jump thing that I don't
You did the cool jump thing and then you started flying.
Oh, right, yes, exactly, yes.
That's how you discovered you could fly.
Exactly.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
Just
Roll to
screaming
hit.
as you're going around this tower.
Oh, shit. Ooh.
Ooh, 21 to hit?
21 hits.
Yeah.
Why are you all fucking up my dragon?
Yeah. That was a 7 damage.
Okay.
And sneak attack? Can I use my sneak attack?
You don't have any reason for it, I'm afraid. You don't have
that's right.
advantage or anything. Have you got multi-attack? I would assume you do at your level.
No, I don't have multi attack. Oh no, she moved out. She moved out of the way of the others. Didn't
Yeah,
she?
they
So
got a
she's no
reaction,
longer-
yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no.
Sorry.
That's right.
Sneak attack's great. I love sneak attack. Anything else you want to do? Bonus action?
I will bonus action hide
I was going to say, yeah.
while flying.
In your cloak. There's a corner of the room that's a little bit shadowy, and you just sort of whoomp into the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
And you feel the least seen you've ever felt in your whole life, Dr. Claire Balding.
I'm torn about this feeling.
Gilstar, that brings us back to you.
Just to double check, I can't do a cantrip and a spell, correct?
No, you can do a cantrip and a spell, as long as one is an action and one is a bonus action.
I see. Right. Oh no, bollocks, they're both actions. Never mind. Right, well, I guess then I am going to try and I said that it wouldn't work before, but balls to it, but using it at spell slots, I'm going to try and hypnotic pattern
Okay.
the dragon. So it's 120-foot range, so
Definitely can hit it, yeah. What's the save?
it is a wisdom save of 14.
Fuck you. Got a 12.
Wait, hang on. You're incapacitated with speed of 0. Does that mean you fall out of the sky?
I think rules as written, they just kind of hover.
Yeah.
Because there's something specific.
But you know what's fun?
Make it fall with this.
The dragon. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. No, we won't give you that because I think that is slightly. I'll say the dragon sort of falls a little bit, still manages to stay above the telescope, but is now in easy hitting range for everyone.
Telescope.
But not hitting the telescope, but it's like above the telescope.
Do not drop a dragon on my telescope.
Okay,
I need
and
that
then
for my Nobel.
Slight issue with this. If I don't attack someone, my rage ends and the dragon's after me. Oops.
But you did attack it
Oh, no.
last time. But you can
No,
attack.
but on my
Oh, I
next
see.
turn,
Yeah. Oh.
I'll figure something out. I hope.
Yeah, because basically people want it. We've got to turn to regroup.
Oh right, I see. Yeah.
Okay. The hypnotic pattern, and you just hear her go, "Oh, that's pretty.
Those S's are quite something.
That's sibilance."
And for my bonus action, then he's like Gilstar has been looking at his boy Evangelist. Has been very impressed, but has been somewhat like overshadowed by Sasha. And if possible, behind Evangelist's back is going to try and shout encouraging words at Sasha.
Oh the drama!
A new convert to our faith.
What do you shout?
Subtly.
It's kind of like, Torm is with you, Sasha. Perhaps, dare I say it, slightly more than with Evangelus.
Wow.
Evangelist, how does this make you feel?
Wow.
Do I hear that?
You hear it.
Oh.
Oh no!
Don't know. Maybe for the first time, Evangelus senses a moment of doubt. There's a lot of character progression that could stem from this. I don't know if we're ready for that, but
This is a George and
I
Lenny
can't help
moment.
it. Like, just for a second, he looks down at Gilstar and thinks, "Have I taken this young gnome for granted?" Oh,
It's not even a gnome.
yes, yeah. What?
He's got intelligence 5. Come on.
Stunning. That brings us to Tim.
Okay, so this is a one shot.
Big swings.
Oh no.
Okay, so if I were to, no, it doesn't work quite. Oh no, they're in the air. Damn. Okay. I would like to cast. I would like to cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
So big. He feels something freaking out inside of him. It's just terrifying. Trying to cast big ball of fire, kind of in my head, sort of like what you imagine Dragon Ball Z, Goku with the soul, with the spirit bomb. Got this big thing of fire. He's freaking out and stuff. Dragon fire. Gonna try and make this thing of fire and then launch it at the dragon. It is a dex save.
A dex
of
save.
15.
Okay. The dragon gets. I'm sorry, the dragon gets a 20, not natural. But you still have the sphere, I believe. I think it still stays, right?
Okay, so if you
I take half damage.
half damage, so 2d6, so half of that.
Okay. Roll it. You roll the damage.
Oh, I roll the damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you roll damage.
Oh, let's see. I know. It is
I roll damage on you, you roll damage on me.
9. That's a 9. 3
No.
plus 6, 9. So you take a
I take
4.5.
I take 4, thanks. Yeah.
Oh, if you don't round up.
Don't we round down. You're hurting my dragon a lot.
And then as that's it. But I was gonna say, as a bonus action, I can move the sphere.
Mhm.
So I think if I've thrown it at the dragon, cool, save. But I'm gonna try and hold it now between her and the floor, if that makes sense.
I mean,
So-
you could ram it into her, move it back, and then ram it back into her as your bonus action on this round. And then in
sweet,
future
do that.
rounds, you could just do it on the bonus action. So yeah,
Cool,
so
do that.
another dex save. Oh no, wait! Doesn't she automatically fail the dex saves if she's incapacitated? But she's
Yeah.
also not incapacitated now, I assume, because of.
But
After the first one.
So she would have
wouldn't be,
taken
but-
full damage on that first one. So she would have actually taken an extra 5 points to what she took, and then you can do it again. But she's not
It's
incapacitated
an
anymore?
incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you think
So
that
it's still
they...
gonna
It's not
This came up the
paralysed.
other day in a game. Yeah,
Mm.
it's not. If it's
Sad.
the same as
if it's
Oh
not
well.
paralyzed, then,
Okay,
then
sorry.
that's it.
Okay, but you can. Okay, but you can still do it again, and she's not going to take a reaction against it. So
Okay, so
another
yeah,
save. That save is. I am sorry. That is an 18. She's rolling well now. But you're all rolling well, so I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, that is again a 9. So
Okay,
whatever that.
so 4 again. Okay, lovely stuff.
But
Any
he's seen
movement?
I mean, he's by that cage of people. So he's just going to go now actually behind the cage. He was in front of the cage before. Now he's behind the cage and he's doing the thing that interns do when they don't want to be found by people. So he's just lying there. He's just gonna lie there.
Excellent.
He's not like pretending to be dead, but he's sort of just there because when he came in with the flaming sphere, he was like, "Oh, everyone else did really cool things." So he was like, "Boy," like with the hand signal, "Boy,
It
take that."
was pretty cool.
But it just didn't work.
Okay, Evangelist, that is you.
A bit stung by that. I will take my great sword and look down at Gilstar and say, "Feel the sting of Tom's inevitable hand," and stab the dragon.
Roll to hit.
Yes. I would like to use my... Oh, no, wait, I don't have to. 19!
19 hits. My dragon!
8 plus another divine smite. Oh my God. 18.
18. Okay. Yep.
Dude,
Dragon
it's
hurts. Looks hurt.
Okay. And again, I take another swing. Yes, you feel just you can just hear him shouting, "Tom, Tom, Tom."
Just Tom.
No actual sentence, just Tom.
Tom, Tom. 24.
Hits.
7 plus 13. So yes, 13.
Evangelist,
Surely not.
how would you like to kill Asilius? She looks at you and goes, "We could have had something very, very special." And then...
Oh, right, yes. I'm going to claw my way up her. I assume she's still... Until I
She's
get
close
right,
enough, yeah.
Until I get right up to her face. And then I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to jam it down her throat and I'm going to nut it straight into her stomach.
Your sword
And then
goes...
I'm going to land on her like a fucking chokeslam.
Your sword goes straight through her stomach, and as you land on her like a chokeslam, you push her down on top of Hubble. Which I will say the rest of you manage just to sort of jump out the way, but there is sort of a creak and Hubble dents very heavily in the middle.
I'd like to be covered in green ichor.
Absolutely. Baby Nightbot.
Evangelist, you did it. You passed the test. I knew that you could do it without divine inspiration.
It was a test. You were simply testing me, Gilstar.
Yes, I wanted to give you the opportunity to prove yourself without any divine intervention.
And for that, I thank you, my young gnomish friend. And I go down on one knee on top of the telescope, clang down like that, and I hold out my hand. But my greatest thanks must go to this fine Minotaur. And I want to do the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers arm thing with the...
You get a very weak response because I now have 1 level of exhaustion, and Sasha's just kind of also on one knee, but for a very different reason, and it's like, yeah, you're really good at that. Well done. Where's
My
Dr.
Tom's
Balding?
grace.
Because she's going to be really upset that the telescope dented.
What this whole thing? Don't worry. Simply part of Tom's divine majesty. He gives me stares. To those I must smite.
I think
And I'll
there's
just stamp on
suddenly
it a bit more.
a squawk from
please
behind
don't do
you.
that.
Like Dr. Claire Balding has sort of dropped from the ceiling silently, and then just as you say that, it's like, "Don't stamp on the telescope!" from behind you.
Dr. Claire Balding.
I was not speaking for once, and it seemed to work for me quite well.
Thank God you're here, and everyone is safe. By Tom's hand. Shall we free the... Are they dead? God.
Yes,
Oh, we better go check.
they are very
Hurry
dead.
over to.
Oh.
Sasha, would you go over? They're definitely breathing. Make a medicine
Don't
check.
think that. Oh, that's not the right dice. Oh,
Wait.
it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. That's a 4.
Maybe that breath is just because they're dead and it's the air escaping.
Wait, let me have a look.
Are they dead?
Roll a medicine check. If you all abandon these poor researchers.
Oh, okay. 19.
Gilstar, they're absolutely just sleeping. They are unconscious. They've been knocked out, but they are alive.
Okay. Sorry, I really hoped that I was going to fail.
It would have been really funny if you'd all failed. Yeah, it would have been.
Well, they're all dead.
Well,
What
yes,
can I
they're
say?
Back. No one can send the telescope back. Well, guess we're fucked.
So, you know, Timothy's he's up. He's sauntered over to the telescope because he heard Dr. Claire Balding being upset, and generally Dr. Claire Balding being upset is not a good thing because then you get more tasks. So it goes over to the telescope and is like, so what's the problem here, Dr. Balding? Is your telescope unhappy?
Well, perhaps you. I've never obviously seen this before. Perhaps you, Tim, could just check it out. I know you have a lot of engineering experience. You know, you won that robotics competition. Maybe you can just make sure. I mean, this is very delicate. I do it myself, but I can't risk even, you know, the slightest thing going wrong with this. Could you have a look, Tim?
Straight hands on it before she even finished. Just sticky hands from that
Okay.
pub. Just okay. So what is the
Make-
how damaged is this?
It's dented on the
Okay.
top. It's sort of been crushed. It's not good for a telescope.
I mean,
but
that's how it was first deployed to orbit.
in pieces. We learnt that last time, Simon.
Oh, it's crushed, right?
Yeah, it was
not
out of
crushed.
alignment.
Yeah.
Not quite that.
Make me a. Have you got a tinker's tools proficiency somewhere? You should, I think. It'll be your dexterity or your arcana
Yeah.
plus
It's
proficiency or something.
It is. It is. I was going to go with something else, but sure. Okay. Let's go with. I was actually going to go with something else. I was going to go with mending.
Well, you can cast mending if you want.
I was just gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing.
Yeah, sure.
Favorite.
It's a
That's why I
bit
wanted
big
to
for
know.
mending normally, so I will say roll me a Tinker's Tools check along with casting the mending.
Okay.
That makes it a lot easier to hit the DC.
In which
Yeah.
we determine whether the Hubble Space Telescope counts as a magical item.
According to
Okay.
this.
Let's call
It's
that.
American source.
Wait, is that plus? It's a plus my
Proficiency. And I expect your dexterity as well.
Yeah, so 14.
14, yeah, that's what you needed a 12 with the mending. So you sort of start, you look at this telescope and you feel a connection to it and you're like, oh no, that shouldn't be like that should clearly be over here. And you go in the telescope at one point and start like banging it back out from the inside. And
You know what I'm seeing in my lens? My lens right now isn't even me. It's all I'm seeing is Clippy.
Clippy tells you what to do, and that's the mending cantrip. It's just Clippy being like,
Hey,
"Can
it
I
looks
help
like
you
a
with that?"
aerospace telescope.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna take Dr. Balding aside and just be like, look, I really think you should help him with a telescope, because I don't think he really he didn't win that robotics competition, or go to Italy, or study at Harvard, or whatever it was that was on his resume and things.
Are you saying that
The-
Tim Jacobs lied on his resume? Tim Jacobs from Ohio,
no,
National
not
Merit
quite, not
Scholar,
quite.
Dean's List recipient, lying on his resume.
not quite. That Tim Jacobs didn't lie. This one didn't lie either. The system mixed them up. This is not Tim Jacobs from Ohio. This is Tim Jacobs from Scunthorpe, who worked in a McDonald's and wanted to go on a jolly. I don't know.
He's my protege.
I know.
I know. I'm
Sasha,
sorry. It's
Sasha. Look,
the system.
I'm having trouble trusting you, Sasha, because, you know, we used to be friends, but when that promotion came up and it was mine and I deserved it and it was the first step on my path to a Nobel. I don't know why HR got in my way and stopped me from getting the promotion.
Yeah, well, you know, if you read my bloody email.
Well, I was too angry to read my emails from you specifically.
I told you. I tried to tell you so many times and I couldn't bring myself to tell you.
I didn't hear you say anything. Email. No, that doesn't count.
Several times.
What is an email?
Things
it's like a letter, but like it doesn't matter. Look, it's the same problem. It's the same problem. You didn't get the promotion because a different Claire Balding got the promotion instead of you. Because the computer system doesn't like it when people have the same name. It's the bane of my existence.
Wait, you mean that British sports journalist who they gave the fellowship to, that wasn't, she's not actually an astrophysics expert?
No, she's a sports journalist.
They didn't mean to give it to her?
No.
She's been doing some great work, though, you got to admit. Like, she's co-authored some great papers, you know.
She has actually really filled the position really well. But,
yeah.
But it should have been yours. Should have been yours.
You didn't tank my opportunity?
No, why would I do that?
I don't know. Why didn't you tell me?
I put it in the email.
No, that doesn't count. I don't read my emails, Sasha. I don't know. You can't put everything in an email.
You shout and you talk and you don't listen, and it's really hard to tell you things.
Yeah. I listen a lot. I'm a very... What, really?
A stone golem attacked us earlier because you couldn't shut up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, granted, that was actually probably also Evangelist, but...
I like Evangelist.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Everybody likes Evangelist.
And I like everybody.
At this point, you hear a stirring in the cell, and one of the sort of a young man with big glasses sort of goes, "Sorry."
I scream, "Undead!"
No, alive, very alive, never dead. No, I'm in about. You can't get in. No. Are you actually attacking them? No. Okay,
I'll raise my sword.
They're alive, Evangelist. They're alive.
No, I've always been. I think we were knocked out for a little bit by the dragon. She's a dragon. Oh, she's dead. Okay, well, that seemed like it was easy for you. Fine. Hello, I'm Eirik.
Do you know an Eric?
Some people do call me Eric. Didn't I hire you two?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
All my buttons are all over the floor.
Gilstar, put your trousers on. Evangelist, did you find them? Did you find the people from the other world?
No, we didn't.
No, actually.
Oh, shame.
We haven't met anybody strange this whole time.
Oh, that is a shame.
Just makes my hand.
Oh, hello, Minotaur.
I think we're the people from the other world. Sorry, I didn't know that's what you would.
You're from Earth.
You just said people dressed weirdly and.
Excuse me, are you from Earth?
Yes.
Oh, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. Would you let me out? I want to hug you.
I would love to. I'm gonna try and just pull the bars of the door off the.
Make a strength or athletics check.
Can I help?
Yeah, absolutely. Make it with advantage with Evangelist's help.
Got you pushing too many pencils. So this is the Earth of Ohio and the US and Scunthorpe.
And HR.
It's 16.
16's enough. It's not a bad. It's an old jail cell, so you managed to pull the thing off, and you see the other three whose names I haven't got up here all sort of get to their feet as well, and they all look very happy. But Eirik's here, and he runs. He looks at you and he goes, "Are you Dr. Claire Balding?" And he looks straight at Sasha.
Me? No.
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 That's not me. No, that's where did she go? And momentarily loses her in the surroundings and then goes, "Oh, here she is."
But I would like to say that I could not do the important work I do that will eventually lead me to win a Nobel Prize without the help of colleagues such as Sasha here, and also this intern, Tim.
I know you're not calling the Tim Jacobs an intern.
Hi.
You know Tim?
Hold on. That telescope was dented a minute ago.
It looks pristine to me.
I'm just on it, doing the little when you clean something, you're like, it's so nice. Do the whole leave my little tick mark in there.
Yes, you, Dr. Claire Balding, and you must be Sasha O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh, it is a privilege and an honor, I have to say, all three of you in the same room with me and Hubble. Oh my gosh! Oh, it's so exciting.
Iris, did you kidnap us from Earth?
Technically,
did you do a consciousness exchange transfer?
Technically, yes. I am terribly sorry if this has been any kind of turmoil for you.
But
was
inconvenient. Meetings, Iris.
Yes. So you see, we were looking at your telescope, trying to share the data. You wouldn't have noticed. It would have just been us having a little peek-see at the data because we're trying to understand the energy of
our data.
We would
have.
There's laws against that.
Well, we don't come from the same planet, and but then you see, what happened was one day we went to look for the telescope to get some data, and it was gone, and I was very upset, and my spell that I had created to look at the telescope and look at the data was also missing, so I was angry, and I was like, I'm going to go find it. And then I met this elf lady, and she said she knew where the telescope and the data was, and I just had to come with her, and I did, and then she kidnapped me, and then she brought all these other people there. But I should say, before that, what I did was I sent for you to help us, and I sent Evangelist and Gilstar here to find you, to bring them to me, but then I got kidnapped. It was all a bit messy and confusing, to be perfectly honest with you. Yes, Tim. Tim Jacobs asking me a question. So silly.
Tim Jacobs answering a question. So you're saying all of these things that you did, and they sound like crimes, but why are you happy?
Because you're here, and now I can send you and the telescope back home.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Which home would that be, hypothetically speaking?
Oh, well, I assume you would like to return to Earth.
Where on Earth?
NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, of course.
Yes, okay, good. Just checking that we... Okay, cool. So, when can that happen? Because...
Well, you see, if I send the telescope back, it will simply be a blip in the data on your world. When you return, you should remember everything you had to do with the telescope. And I won't tell you. I want you all to remember and experience it for yourself, because it will just be wonderful. And anyway, so the telescope will go back. There'll be a brief blip. You'll probably have memories of both timelines. That might be quite confusing for you. So, therapy, I guess, if you feel like it. And, well, yes, but I must say, the research that you all were doing, it has greatly changed our understanding. This world would be dead if it were not for Hubble, and for you, for the work you've done. So, we are eternally grateful. Thank you. But we must have Hubble return to you. You are brilliant, and I would never take that away from you. I'll send the telescope now. And you watch as he sort of swirls his hands and a mist appears around Hubble, and it just pops out of the room. There. And now there's just a body of a green dragon on the floor.
Remarkably
smells.
powerful.
Yes, no, I am, yes.
How did you get caught in a cage?
Dragons.
Did all your buttons fall off as well?
She's very attractive. But no, you see,
know-
well, there's someone else. I shouldn't have been flirting with her, but she just sort of, she charmed me, you see. But
You seem to be doing these things where you know you're doing things that are wrong, but you're smiling about them.
yes. I think it's a nervous habit.
Okay.
That hasn't really worked out for me in the past. I would suggest you don't do that.
Well, you see, there's no sort of like mediation here, so it's quite hard to work out how to be around colleagues and things like that. Because you see, there's someone I work with, and I do quite like her. She's sort of, the secretary to one of the researchers at the observatory, and I've been trying to talk to her for years, but I don't know. I get embarrassed.
Oh.
And also, is it like a problem with
I
like colleagues? I don't know if that's an issue.
I think if you've got something to say, then you should say it.
Right, yes.
Even if it's hard.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'll create a portal. You can go straight home. You'll be back in your regular bodies. And he swells up a portal and goes, there you go, whenever you're ready. Obviously, you're welcome to stay here if you so wish, but...
Sorry. Before we go, was someone else in our bodies when we were gone?
That's a great question. These bodies... Oh, do they belong to someone else? You know what I don't know? That's a problem, isn't it? Not fully explained in the spell that I did. Huh.
You're saying that there
Interesting.
could be a copy of each person here in this other Earth.
Potentially.
There could be another Evangelist.
I don't think so, because you're from here.
Oh, one's quite enough.
I mean, you could go if you wanted to. The portal's right there.
Do you know of Helm in this world that you live?
Do you mean
know
Torm?
what?
Torm!
You've got a lovely Torm symbol, not a Helm symbol. Helm's that other god.
What we have is a population of 6 billion people, and you'll be traveling to the USA, the home of capitalism, and they don't have a bag of holding there. You can make millions.
Do they like performance with absolutely no substance behind it?
Have you heard of
Absolutely.
Jackass?
Evangelist, I think we should go.
You could be the king of Jackass.
Gilstar, for once, no, as in every time, I trust you.
I'm going to reach up with my hand.
I'm going to reach down with my hand, and I'm going to let him lead.
Lead you through the
You
portal.
two walk through the portal, and you find yourself standing outside a sign that says Mission Control, NASA, or something like that. And please describe the bodies you're in, because you are now in human bodies.
Oh, God.
I tell you what, we'll come back to that. You two have a think. Sasha, Tim, Dr. Claire, you are standing in front of this portal.
Hey, Claire,
Yeah.
do you maybe want to just, come back to the curling practice, for a one-off?
I haven't worn my curling shoes in 4.5 years.
I know.
I might not be any
If
good
I'm being
anymore,
honest- If I'm being honest, it's been a really, really bad time for the team. We are very low in the leagues right now.
I mean,
'Cause you're pretty good.
I don't
And
want to
I would like you to be there, because it's no fun without you.
Maybe you could just help me sort of brush up because I'm out of practice. You could just give me a
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, of course. Of
I'd
course.
love to.
Sure.
Tim,
Okay.
I'm gonna teach you curling, okay?
Okay, is that with an iron or how? Because
A
my
stone.
It's so fun.
okay,
And a
well,
broom. I don't know if it's
Okay.
called a broom.
And a
okay,
broom.
but maybe the two of you go through, and I'll join in a second. Yeah.
Okay, that
All
sounds
right.
great.
I think someone needs to make sure that those two don't cause a havoc anyway.
Yeah.
Put my hand out to Sasha.
I take her hand
Sasha and Dr.
and we go through
Claire
together.
walk through the portal. Eirik turns to you, Tim, and says, Are you going as well?
Yeah. So what he does is, because it's a one shot, I currently have multiple spell slots. I just want to see what would
Scared
happen.
right now. I'm so scared for Eirik.
I'm just going to pull up a stat block for Eirik.
So
20th level wizard.
no, not even that. I'm just going to start casting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to start casting like grease, ray of sickness. I just want to see what this body can do.
Well, he takes all of them and just goes, yes, no, I understand. You have power now and you want to experience it. Ow, oh, that one hurt, actually. Okay, yes.
So with, is it possible for me going towards this portal? Is it possible for me to grab Eirik's hand and pull him through with me?
Make a grapple check.
Oh my god.
So that's athletics. Athletics. I will roll for Eirik, who does not have good strength.
Is there anything I can do to boost my...
Can you use your 7th level thing that you were looking at earlier?
Oh, what, the +4?
Yeah.
I think so. When you or another creature, I can add +4 to the roll. So
what did you get?
Athletics, yeah?
Yep.
15 to 14 +4, 18.
He got a 16. You grab Eirik's hand and pull him through. And you all appear on the other side. Sasha, Tim, Claire, back in your regular bodies. Evangelist, Gilstar, what do they see?
What year are we coming back to? Can I just clarify?
Current, 2024.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, that 20th level wizard's name, Steve Jobs.
No,
Okay.
you're still Gilstar Silvertongue. You have no other name.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I imagine this would be a relatively short guy with a skin fade, lots of arm tattoos, kind of like a pink polo and the military grade Ralph Lauren shorts that are like way too form fitting, and boat shoes.
Lovely. Evangelist.
Yeah, I mean, he's he's an older gentleman. I think maybe in his sort of 50s, slick back, white hair, perfectly coiffured, lovely, very sharp suit on, prominent cross around his neck, really nice shoes, and he's holding a Bible.
And just for Evangelist and Gilstar, Claire, Tim, Sasha, what do you all look like?
See, for Sasha, you see a short woman with kind of slightly wild auburn hair and large glasses, who used to have quite a hunched posture, but I think it's a little bit more straight now. And is carrying two CVs that both say Tim Jacobs still, and like wears like big cardigans and things.
Tim?
You see a man who looks like he's jumped straight out of any university or corporation's diversity hire book club.
Dr. Claire Balding.
Dr. Claire Balding has very tall hair and statement jewelry.
As you all, and Eirik is also there, and looks almost identical to Eirik from before, but is now wearing very highly pulled up, like khaki pants with a white polo shirt tucked in, and big glasses, and his hair kind of slicked back. And as you all start walking down the corridor, you reach a lobby area with a large model of the Hubble Space Telescope, and on the walls you see photos of astronauts servicing the telescope, and of a beautiful star-forming region known as the Pillars of Creation. Sasha, what is your role on Hubble? What memories start coming back to you?
I think that Sasha is not meant for HR, as evidenced by the many mistakes she has made in HR, and was in fact perhaps even a lab assistant to Dr. Balding. I think they studied together and so have kind of worked together in the same field, but Dr. Balding's always been the one that's like, no, I'm gonna go for the Nobel Prize, and I'm like, I'm just happy. I just want to sit here and look at the pretty pictures. I'm happy with that, and so yeah, that's what Sasha's been doing.
As you sort of are looking around the pictures, you see Bob from Dr. Claire Balding's office comes up to you, Sasha, and goes, "Oh, Sasha, thank God you're here. Have you heard? Is Dr. Claire around? We have very exciting news."
Oh yeah, she was just here.
Dr. Balding. Dr. Balding, what is your role within Hubble?
Chief, looking at pictures, and I got a promotion, and now I look at the pictures of the distant gravitationally lensed things that are behind the other things.
Dr. Balding, you've been nominated for the Nobel Prize for the looking at things through Hubble and looking at things behind things for gravitational lensing. It's happened. It's finally happened. And he hugs you as...
Balding starts crying.
I
Tim,
just pile on and turn it into a big group hug.
you see the other person who was in your office, who I think was Millie, but I can't remember her name.
It was Becky and Dave.
Was it
and
Dave, not
Becky and
Bob?
Dave, that was it.
There was no Bob.
Becky and
There was
Dave.
Bob.
Bob's another one. Becky and Dave join in the hug too. And Tim Jacobs. What is your key role on the Hubble mission?
Yeah, so I am Tim Jacobs. I'm an intern in the lab that is using the data taken from Hubble to look at past, star systems in the past, to find out and analyze the gases and stuff on there to see if any life is on there and stuff. So astrobiology and shit.
The more you all look around, the more memories start clicking into place. You all excitedly share these facts with each other. You now remember that there are billions and billions of galaxies beyond our own, thanks to Hubble's deep field observations. You know that there are countless planets that orbit stars beyond our sun. You understand that dark matter and dark energy make up most of our universe, even if we don't fully understand how it works yet. Plus, you realize with relief that even more missions are in operation that were made possible by Hubble's legacy. The James Webb Space Telescope is now in operations too, observing deeper into the infrared region of light. Soon, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will make incredible observations that will continue to develop our understanding of the cosmos. Even spacewalking is more advanced thanks to Hubble's servicing missions, and is completed often by astronauts staying in the International Space Station. More discovery awaits, thanks to Hubble. And to your new friends, who returned from who came from Exlaris to Earth. Evangelist, Gilstar, you have no idea what a Hubble is or what a NASA is. But you know that this world will be yours.
I've got +9 for performance. Instagram's going to be mine, baby.
And we will now end our session there.
Just one moment.
Please do.
Turn to Elric. It's not so fun now, is it? When you don't have the ability to use magic. It's not.
This is fantastic. It's Earth. I've been studying Earth my entire life. This is the best day ever. Thank you, Tim Jacobs, and gives you a massive hug.
In my head, I thought it would be a lot darker
the
than
whole
this.
time.
In my
I think
head,
we need to
thought
kidnap
this
him
was
again.
a lot darker. I was hoping he'd have a panic attack. Instead, I'm being held up as a hero.
Yeah. And with that, we will end the session there. Thank you very much, everyone. That was the NASA TTRPG.
Thank you, NASA.
Thank you, Emily
Thank
Bates.
you, Emily Bates.
Thank you, Hubble, for everything that
Thank
you
you
do.
all.
Definitely not Bond
Thank
Hubble.
you, Hubble.
Thank you, Hubble Space
Hubble
Telescope.
Space
among other
Telescope.
things.
I will also say I cut that end speech down.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I think
As
it
the
quite
camera pulls
seamlessly
back
blended
and your
into
voice gets
Just
quieter and
fading
quieter.
away. Yeah. Look, they really wanted
Like
to get
you
that out.
seamlessly
It's a
blended into it and then
Hubble.
started going, and now you see the Hubble Space Telescope and you know this, and I was like, it's the box text again.
She's back in the box text. She's been sucked back into the box text. I do encourage everyone to go look at the
Box text.
the box text. You should look at the adventure. It's all free online if you search National Lost Universe. And you'll see they've got beautiful images of they talk about the pillars of creation. So they've just put it in there for you to use if you want. And I was like, I could put it all up on screen, but I was like, it's not necessary. It's just an image in the background, NASA. And they've really put work into the science stuff. Like, they have an appendix with like 5 pages of science facts about like the energy of the vacuum, red shift, blue shift, which was unnecessary. And I love the world. I will say, I love the lore behind Exlaris, with it being a rogue planet and being flung out of its solar system, and the wizards having to create this barrier around it.
Yeah, I like that.
I thought someone would stay on Exlaris. I'm surprised.
How about
I'm surprised you all came back.
that?
I like
got
an
an
internship,
internship,
maybe-
mate.
Yeah,
I feel like Sasha might have done if Claire and Sasha hadn't made up.
that's true. We had curling practice to get to.
That was cute. I liked that.
Deep curling lore.
I will say thank you all so much for creating such banging characters that made what was a fairly dry adventure and a fairly confusing adventure very entertaining. So you're all the best. And yeah.
Star and Evangelus's just whole entrance was just fantastic.
Oh.
It was so good.
I love
Brilliant.
Evangelus. I love it when you play dumb Ali. It's so great.
I was like, all
Ali
times, like,
playing dumb is just
this
one of the
is
best characters.
classic.
It's so
Yeah.
good. What do you all think happens to your characters in the future? Where do they go?
10 million on Instagram.
Curling superstars.
Tim
Yes.
Tim goes to ESA, ends up making a much better TTRPG.
No, I wanted Tim to be like the head engineer on Hubble or something. That's what I wanted you to say. I was going to bring in other Tim Jacobs as your intern if you'd said something like really cool.
What about other?
But you're like, no, he's an
this
intern.
universe.
Oh, he's in Ohio. He's fine.
He's good.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
all right.
He's got other options.
He's got other options. He went to ESA. There you go. He's designing TTRPGs for ESA.
Chloe, I'm strongly tempted to that we should quit our jobs and become curling champions.
full-time
you know?
curlers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that happens. I like that.
our true calling after all that.
What about
Yeah, you win the Nobel Prize, and then it's like, what else is there for us to
Hell
do?
Yeah, I've done it. Tick.
Winter Olympics.
Evangelist? Do you become like a preacher?
Cult leader.
Cult leader. Nice. Excellent. Talking about Exlaris, I guess, and like the land beyond and how to get back there.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's actually true. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god, the benefits.
And everyone thinks
Oh.
that, you're just on the grift. You're like one of the alt-right people who's like,
Yeah, exactly.
like,
but I'm
like,
100% for real. I'm really, really
Yeah.
genuine about it.
people meet you
Like,
and they're like, oh my god, he actually believes this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because it's real.
And Gilstar is, I assume, the social media manager for said cult.
Yeah,
assume
but
you're
understand
outgoing.
that is like, the person who clearly doesn't believe in any of this stuff.
Okay.
And has a side account.
Even though he's the only person that knows that it's real.
yeah.
And obviously, Hubble continues to do great things, and the James Webb Space Telescope launches, and also the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will also launch, which I actually didn't know was launching, so that's fun.
No, about
Yeah.
that. No, they did I.
Yeah, so we did learn something. Hooray!
Maybe this was in fact the big sort of press release for.
Oh, can you imagine?
Telescope.
If they haven't announced it apart from like hiding it in this TTRPG.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true, because I didn't know about it before. Let's have a
I feel we
Google.
ought to, but
Nancy.
Incidentally,
That would
they
be
are called
hilarious.
curling brushes, and they are £150 each.
Curling brushes.
I mean,
Yeah.
So not
the
brooms.
sports equipment is expensive.
Oh, it's going into L2 orbit in May 2027. So similar
When's
to
it going
James
into
Webb.
R2? When's it going to R2 orbit?
That's the reaction that joke deserved. I am going to have to bounce
Yes,
off because
no
I'm
worries.
afraid of just keeping baby up. So
Cool. Leave your camera on. Thanks.
I'll love you and leave you. Thank you so
Lovely
much for DMing
floating
Bates.
sideways.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Bye. Which one are
Thank
you?
you.
That one? No, that's Ali. Oops. There you go. He's gone.
Chat to you later.
Bye. You're gone. Yeah.
That was clever. I like how you made them disappear. Very good.
Yeah.
Now I've got to work out how to move everyone into the right places.
So-
Talk amongst yourselves.
So literally, so NASA gave us one battle.
Yeah. So the stone
Where's
golem,
the stone golem?
yeah.
not
Suck
in
away
the
at some
not in the
of our abilities.
TTRPG.
Oh, you added.
I added the stone golem.
okay.
The only thing to suck away your abilities was the arrows flying out and
Okay.
hitting you, and that was them because there's no save. It's just how many arrows you roll. I roll to see how many arrows come out.
So we have
That
we
was
have,
brutal, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like that.
we have a death room and a battle,
And a
the
dragon.
rest is just learning.
And yeah,
No.
and some puzzles. You know, you've got
Yeah, we had the puzzles. It was
which-
mostly puzzle based.
Yeah, we had lots of
Yeah.
puzzles.
Yeah, there were puzzles.
Yeah.
There were puzzles. Yeah.
We went through all those rooms.
Yeah.
Those puzzles.
Also, if you've gone to the
if
library,
we
not the tower,
fundamentally-
there was a different puzzle, slightly different puzzle.
Ah.
But I preferred the tower puzzle, which is why I gave Evangelist that sort of pull towards the tower.
I did not do well on that puzzle.
Even if we fundamentally misunderstood the puzzles at times.
I
We got there.
I think the
Maybe
TTRPG
we'll try,
misunderstood it at times. We should do some Patreon shout outs. Thanks to our patrons. You're all great. Who's got a D12 they want to roll for
spatial
me?
phenomena again.
I do have a
Yes,
D12
they're
that I
spatial
can roll.
phenomena that we're going to.
Everyone's a spatial phenomena.
All right, I have rolled.
Oh, I'm not on the Patreon.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, 1 sec. 10, 10, 10. Please hold caller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Andy Hartley.
Hooray! He's in chat.
He's in chat.
He's
Okay.
subscribed for
Yay.
a bazillion months as well.
Yeah, 20 months on Twitch. Thank you, Andy. That's mad. 20 months? That's nearly 2 years.
Maybe we pick something really old to represent Andy because of
Oh. What about
duration
a...
of-
Callisto's one of the oldest things in the solar system.
What is?
As Callisto, which is one of Jupiter's moons, because it's
Oh,
really heavily
what?
cratered. So they think that it's one of the oldest things because it would have had so many collisions over the course of time that it must be really old.
There you go, Andy. You're Callisto.
And it's really pretty.
And it's really
You-
pretty.
Andy, you're really pretty and old.
No, you know what's
And
you know
full
what's
of craters.
No,
And-
what's beautiful about that. No, I'll tell you what's beautiful about that. What's beautiful about that is you're so pretty and so old that you've seen it all, right? You have seen
Yes.
And he has
time
seen all of the
immemorial.
RPG shit.
You've
He's
seen
been here
all
forever.
of this,
Yeah,
and
sorry,
you
Andy.
still choose to be here with us. Do you know how brilliant that
Aw.
makes you?
Aw.
The fact that you are willing to share even a smidgen of your time here with us. I mean, we're honoured.
Alex, you got to come do all our Patreon shout
Yeah, can you do all our Patreon shout outs? That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, roll another dice. We need someone else to get the Alex lovin'.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
Should I
okay.
roll a
nominate
dice?
ourselves for Alex
Yes,
Lovin', 'cause
please.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, I could sign myself up for that.
I rolled a 7.
A 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Someone else who's in chat, I believe. Megan Ramirez.
Hooray!
All right, boom. Give me something.
Can we do a quasar for someone? I love a quazar.
What do
Okay,
quasars
you're
do?
going to have to quickly explain what a quasar is to me.
what's a
Well, we'll
quasar?
let Chloe do it as the astrophysicist.
Really
Chloe, go.
spot there.
They go.
The problem
"Whoom,
is now
whoom."
I'm like, okay, I get them confused with pulsar
Oh, I definitely do. What's the difference?
all the time. So I'm gonna do a
Quickly
very
Google it.
professional quick Google.
Quasar, best
That's
best
what. That's all we
pulsar.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
warm
well, maybe
pulsar.
I am just. Maybe they're not like pulsars.
Maybe it
Yes, a quasar is an extremely luminous active galactic nucleus, which is kind of like a black hole, but not quite a black hole, as far as I remember it. It's been a long time since I've actually.
Sorry, I did put you on the spot there, Chloe, being like, "You're an
It's okay,
astrophysicist."
it's
also
okay.
thought it was a pulsar.
This is the sort of thing that I should know and don't.
I
So
thought
this
it was a
is good.
Is it your
pulsar.
job? Yeah, I thought it was a pulsar.
Yeah.
No, they are different
Cooler.
things. All quasars are active galactic nucleus, but not all active galactic nucleus are quasars.
Oh.
So they're basically really, really bright. They're the really, really bright objects. And I'm trying to find a link that will give me a definition of active galactic nucleus because
that's
all I can
fine.
remember is like black hole, but not black hole.
Like black hole, but not black hole. Alex, go. Like.
A compact region at the center of a galaxy that emits a significant amount of energy across the electromagnetic spectrum. Just a really bright, dense thing at the center of a galaxy.
So-
There you go. They look pretty.
So do you see that? It's not even about how one person looks, because aesthetics are misleading. It's the fact that you yourself have all of this great power, this great knowledge, this great vastness within you. You know, but the people around you, they go off and be destructive. They be black holes. They destroy things. You build things up. You build up the people around you, the world around you. The world is better
Megan
for
does.
you being in it, right? And the fact is that when people find out about you, when they hear about you, they're so happy to find out about you as a concept, because knowing that you exist makes their day better, even if they've never met you.
Oh.
Because you shine the brightest.
Yeah.
And that's what I just learned about quasars. Or
Aren't they the
relearn,
ones?
I guess.
Yeah, relearn. Yeah. Talking of you, Chloe, who are you? Where did you come from? How did we find you? Where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Chloe. I can be found in many guises of Chloe with the flow on the internet. Usually there's an underscore between Chloe and with. Sometimes there's not. Sometimes, I like Instagram, there's an extra underscore on the end because someone has my name. But yeah, you can find me on Deck of Many Aces, which is the only actual play D&D podcast made with actual asexuals and aromantics. That's my main baby. I play Raina on that, who is a tabaxi bard and rogue and has no idea how she came to be either of those things. And I write all of the music for that as well. So it's pretty cool. You can find that on Spotify and music platforms and stuff if you like, if you so wish.
Yes.
I'm also on a Rendezvous with Destiny, which is another actual play podcast where we look at lesser-known TTRPGs. So our current campaign is Bite Marks, where we all play Scottish werewolves, except one of them is Australian, for no apparent reason. And we're really good at being werewolves and really bad at being humans. It's great.
Yeah.
And I'm also on Bowies and Spelljammer, which I think is coming to a close on the Roleplay Factory on YouTube. Where we all play different versions of David Bowie, but it's in space, and I'm the Goblin King, and you have to watch it because the amount of times I glued down my eyebrows for that shit, like, make it worth it. Go
Absolutely.
watch it. But yeah, I studied astrophysics allegedly. Can I remember any of it? No. Is it my job to remember it and to teach it to children? Yes. It's fine. I do planetarium shows in schools and things. So
Amazing.
that's me. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much for coming on, Chloe. It has been an absolute
Thank you
joy
for
having.
inviting
I
me.
loved Sasha. Love the Minotaur Barbarian as well. Have to say, like, which still was
That's
Sasha,
excellent.
but and Alex, hey,
Oh,
Hey.
hi.
Oh,
go.
okay.
Hi,
Oh God, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Who are you? Where you come from? How do people find you? See more of you?
Right,
Hear more of that
Christ.
beautiful voice?
Where'd you go?
Oh God, you can hear me. My name's Alex. Technically it's Dr. Alex Lethbridge, but I've got a PhD in biochemistry and or computational biology. You can hear me sometimes on the radio. BBC
proper
World
radio.
Service, the proper radio, BBC World Service and stuff, talking about science and stuff. And yeah, you can get me. You can get me on Twitter at Thermodynamics. Don't worry, it's a pun. And I'm nascently on TikTok now at Dr. Lethbridge. There's a dot in the middle there.
Really?
Yeah, I just started TikTok. The first comment I got was,
Oh yeah, you
"This
said
would be
you were
I was
good."
gonna say, Shamini, you
This
had
would
this
be good.
conversation.
No, but then he was like,
This
"I'm
is-
quitting TikTok."
No, it's better because basically I put a video out there. I was like, this is okay and stuff. Then the first comment was, wow, this would be great if your camera was better.
So you're
Like, I
not
don't
quitting
need
You
your
TikTok.
don't know how
poor
TikTok
job.
works.
I was
on
like,
a
cool.
phone.
Are you making
like-
more TikToks, Alex? Do we need to follow you on
Yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah,
'Cause- okay,
definitely
okay.
do. Like, but and generally, I mean, after today, I'm more than willing to have a side project in which I send people motivational things to like make them feel happy about themselves,
great.
little pickups, or they call them affirmations.
Yeah.
So I'll be the
Affirmations of
intensive care bit. Oh, that's a good one. Affirmations. Yeah, I might do that.
I think baby Nightbot needs a little affirmation at the moment. He's having a little moan. Is he all right?
Time. Yeah, he's having a great time.
He's having a-
enjoyed learning about the Hubble space. We would have done if I had no headphones on.
I love the Hubble. Hubble is so great.
Hubble.
Hubble can do no wrong.
The
And
world
also,
has changed with the Hubble Space Telescope.
oh yeah, there's also this strange man to my
is
left
this?
who we haven't seen for a little while.
you?
Hi, Ali. Welcome back. How are you
Have
doing?
you been?
The world spins, like, I exist. It's all good. I mean, yeah.
Where can people find you, Ali?
Oh, I mean, they can't. That's the real
That's true.
brutal nature of it.
That is the truth about Ali.
I only exist in these moments, these transitory moments. And other than that, I'm just a collection of ideas and memories. from people who want to know.
So follow RPGeeks D&D on all socials because that's where you can find Ali. At RPGeeks D&D on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Patreon. Patreon is RPGeeks D&D, and you might get another thing. Who was the other hanger-on? That was this guy, Dr. Simon Clark. He left. He doesn't get his plug time. You've probably heard of him. He has a book. In fact, hang on, you can see it on the shelf. There it is, on the shelf, right there.
My favourite thing is to go into Waterstones and be a little terrorist, and I take his book and I put it right to the front of every
Nice.
shelf I see.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Later.
All right, don't leave the thing. Bye. You'll fuck everything up. But you're gone. You're free. Just don't leave the call. Hang on. I can put us back to this. Here we go. Hi. So we've been the RP Geeks, and you can find us on all the things I said earlier. However, we're about to take a little break. You're muted, Shams.
We are, yes.
Yes. We're going to be gone now until end of June, beginning of July. We haven't fully firmed up the dates of that yet. But I'm away for work, so we're just going to take a little hiatus. I'm going to pause the Patreon today. So Patreon, you will have a month of no payment. Twitch, I don't know if we can do that. So do feel free to cancel your subscription if you so wish. We will not be mad about it at all. And yeah, a summer kind of break while I'm working for the whole time. Yeah, that's the summer kind of break. But then when we come back, I have a new job coming up. So hopefully I will be around loads. So that's exciting. We won't say what it is, but you'll find out in due course.
I'm very happy for it.
It's a cool job. Pretty cool job.
Very cool job.
And all that to be said, anyone got anything else they'd like to add?
Thanks, Twitch chat.
Thanks, Twitch chat. We love you. I'm really excited to be back. Oh, sneaky peek, when we come back, we're playing Daggerheart.
Daggerheart is coming.
Boy, so how exciting. We'll see you after our break. Thank you all so much for watching. And stay Hubble.
Oh,
Bye.
for God's sake.